Well. We have a couple things to cover today. First of all, we had a very good trip yesterday.
Oh, yeah!
And I had a good time. Okay, let's start with that. Legia Miller. She's definitely more of left leaning. However, she brought up something that I am deeply concerned about, which I would like to briefly touch upon when she talks about the newer state legislation that is anti-transgender in different states. Now, I'm not transgender, I'm intersex. My condition was medically determined by a medical team of doctors who have studied me, examined me, and my birth certificate was corrected accordingly. But the sad truth is so many people don't know the difference between transgender and intersex that they sometimes think we're the same. But let's talk about what some of the laws are starting to say, because this is real. There are many states they're saying is that, number one, I'm going to pick Kansas in particular because this is the one that seems to have the most amount of information on Senate Bill 244. What does it cover? It says, okay, if you have a self-declared designation on your birth certificate, i.e., you consider yourself male, so you change it to male, that's no longer acceptable, and you need to designate as your sex of birth, female, all right, in this example. Well, what about intersex? Even though we were medically determined to be, in my case, female, there's always a chance that someone say, well, that was not at birth, because that was amended later on after further testing. And that means that you can't use the bathroom. You have no right to piss. Doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to keep this simple, but it's scary. In other words, if you are effeminate men, this applies to you too. Think about it. There are men that are biologically male. They're happy to be male. They are clearly, enjoy being male. Their birth certificate at birth says male, and yet they go into the men's room and somebody says, "Oh, there's a woman going into the men's room." And then what? Security comes down and says, "Sorry, sir, you have to go back in. We have to evaluate that you are a man." Is that what it's going to come down to now? Legion didn't get into that, but I wonder if that's what's happening. This is crazy. I don't know when this is going to end. I really don't know. And like I said, the majority of the community public does not know what the hell a trans is versus intersex hermaphrodite. They have no idea. They think we're the same thing. And even Legia did discuss that. She said that then there's the intersex community that's in limbo or in the gray area. Because the laws are written in such a way that they're so vague that, and also, according to the Senate, the Kansas determines a bill is that a woman is the one that's able to produce an ova, and a male is one that can fertilize an ova. Well, what if you can't produce ova? What if you can't produce sperm? What if you're sterile? I'm sterile. I can't produce either one. What in the hell am I? You got a problem. You got a problem. Wow. That's something to think about. So, I'm going to just suggest, if you get a chance, I'll put the message I sent the Femias out in our general chat so you guys can look at it yourself from Legia Miller. Really, technically, it belongs in news. I'm going to put it in news. It actually is in news. But it's such a big issue that we need to take it from another, who cares? Just another news article to something a little higher priority. So let's say hello to everybody here. I see Comedy Flow. I see Hammer and Let's go through the list of names to make sure I got everybody. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. So let me go for the list of participants right now. First of all, hello Comedy Flu, David S., Hammer and Nails, Chris Bliss, Moose, Parasolo, and of course Restream. I don't think Restream really gives a crap, but anyway, so welcome everybody. Welcome to the show this morning. All right, let's get the panel open. VAC. You want to talk to me today? VAC this morning. And don't forget, tonight is the open Discord panel. Oh yeah! Which means that and I'm not gonna have Discord the Google Meets open at the same time. It is just impossible to keep a track of two different panels going on at the same time and not potentially tripping over the equivalent of interconnects between them. It's just so many things to deal with to have multiple panels going. So for I say Michelle always gets the squat. What does that mean? So we had a good time yesterday. Okay, I mean, some of the music news played. That's not my thing. But you know what? If I try to take that music away, there's gonna be two problems at once. Number one, it's gonna take away the chat. I didn't get a chance to read the chat yet. Not completely. Anyway, I don't want to read the chat. Second of all, those donuts are delicious. And third of all, that Denny's dinner was the bomb. That absolutely was a beautiful T-bone steak dinner with sauteed onions on top and a little bit of red pepper. Ooh. Red bell pepper. That was good. And those potatoes were holy hell. Holy heaven, actually. Holy heaven. I'll go there. Usually when you say holy hell, usually means something bad. They weren't bad at all. The corn was kind of standard fare. I don't think the corn was really a major thing, but it was delicious. Gmail. Yes, I did. Oh, by the way, you want my Moose, do you have my Gmail? Or do you want it? Or do you want it? Did you send me something by Gmail? So, anyway, if you want my email, it is BICHEELA3 at Gmail. Michele3 at gmail.com. It's also listed in my my channel links. You can see there's the email icon as well. Yeah, it was very, very empty in there. There really wasn't that many people at all at Denny's, which is kind of sad. There really wasn't anyone there. It was like kind of during a lunchtime, and there was like a lot of vacancies, a lot of empty seats. No, I didn't get the joke. That was a joke? Okay. I was totally jealous when you had 7 donuts and I didn't have any. I don't know what Walmart donuts taste like. If they're anything like the standard store fare, probably very blah. Probably dense, very dense. But these are like feather light, like a light flicky croissant. Oh, these are delicious. You guys, go there. Noodles will give you the directions how to get there. They were delicious. Good morning, Tiger. How you doing? Panels open. VAC. And Yeah. But you know what the sad truth is? Unfortunately, you can't smoke in our Denny's in Connecticut, so that would suck for you. But I'll definitely tell you that that was I don't smoke. Noodles smoked. I mean, Noodles probably get a little frustrated when he goes into a restaurant. Well, I understand that. Anyway, you would be jealous. Those donuts are yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, tummy, tummy. I gotta tell you. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you guys, if you really wanted to try those donuts and if you can't drive, maybe you could take an Uber or Lyft to that donut shop. They were great donuts. 67 years making them. They started out in 1958, obviously. All right? Because I'm 50, I'm 57. Gonna be 58 in September. This is pretty interesting. Well, don't forget that me and your anniversary is coming up. 15 years on May 1st, 2026. That's a long time. Well, they were actually not bad. They were cheaper than Dunkin' Donuts. I would say maybe I don't have the prices. Noodles insisted paying for the donuts, but for 6 of them, it's from what he told me they were a little bit cheaper than Dunkin' Donuts. That's all I can tell you. Plus, I had a coffee too. Oh, I think if someone could write a song for Noodles, Blue Dick for Victorians. Blue Dick? Blue vagina. I never seen a vagina go blue, but I can tell you, I certainly seen dick go blue balls, blue dick, blue clit. So I never seen a blue vagina. That would be bad blood flow. All right, let's go get the person on the panel. Where's my stupid cursor hiding? Come on, cursor. Show up, yellow. Frick. There it is. I got it. Enter the door. Hello, take a kitty. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
So, we had a good day yesterday.
How many donuts did you eat?
I ate 7 of them. Actually, 6. They were delicious.
No fucking way. In one go.
I offered some to Noodles too. It was a box of 7, 8 donuts, maybe.
Was it like an eating competition?
For some reason, he wasn't in the mood. He wasn't in the mood to compete.
He didn't eat a donut. Maybe he's on a diet.
Nah, he's not on a diet. He had a decent dinner at Denny's. He was actually pretty impressed with the food at Denny's. I was too.
What'd you get?
I had a T-bone steak with caramelized onions on the top.
You're really letting your hair down. T-bone fucking steaks?
Yeah.
Jesus. Can't remember the last time I had a T-bone.
With mashed potatoes with chives and the corn, sweet corn.
Oh, wonderful. And it was good?
Yeah, it was absolutely delicious.
And even he said it was good?
Yeah, well, he had something else. I don't remember what he had. He had some kind of steak and cheese or something. He was equally impressed with his meal.
Oh, shout out to Denny's. Wow. And I would imagine it wasn't I mean, nothing's cheap nowadays.
No, it wasn't too.
Probably
it wasn't
reasonable.
too bad. It was a little bit on the higher price, but it wasn't.
Well,
bad.
you had steak, Michelle. You know, I was.
Yes, the steak dinner was $21. So
yeah.
I don't know how much.
Still, you know what? 21 fucking bucks. By the time you went and bought all that ingredients, it probably won't be far fucking off.
And then, of course, I left a $10 tip for the waitress, and I don't know.
Oh, very nice.
I don't know how much of a tip he left. So. Oh, we also had a chance to look at some plants too, flowers. Unfortunately, a lot of the pretty flowers are really not necessarily good for cats because of toxicity. And
you mean for inside the house?
Yeah, because if Rusty got into the leaves or petals, he could end up being.
Oh, mine are always chewing on it. Well, my last cat he's always chewing on something. I wouldn't worry about it.
You know, I don't know if Rusty would be a person to chew on plants, but you never know, you know. But the thing, I did see a new flowery wreath I liked that was like $50 US, and she had on the wall a big one with beautiful pink flowers on it. There were plastic flowers, but that's good. That would last a long time.
Are you looking for a plant? Then I didn't know you were looking for one. You're looking for a plant for the house.
Oh yeah, I was looking for something to maybe put some decoration in the house. But I think because I have a black thumb, I think it'd probably be better for me to get artificial plants than real ones. Because I don't do good with plants. They rot, they die, they dry out. They just.
I don't really do flowers in the house, but I do plants in the house. Need less fucking around with, you know. Just chuck a bit of water on them now and again when they start looking a bit droopy, and they've survived for years that way. They do get dry, but too bad. They obviously like it. They're alive. Anyway, VAC is the link, and we haven't got a thing for VAC yet. So I thought vag arse cock, VAC, vag arse cock.
Yeah.
What do you think, Michelle?
I think VAC probably stands to me for I don't know. VAC. Well, it stands for volts ultimately current, but
no,
it also could be short for vacuum.
This link will be forever known as Vag Arse Cock. We're on Vag Arse Cock. Morning, Rocky.
How about very awesome communication? Very awesome communications. Yeah, right. $100 tip, 100% tip. I don't think so. You don't even realize that would have been like $70. That'd be double the price of the meal.
$100 tip. Oh, 100% when you ate out. Fucking hell, Davey, this must be rolling in it.
Yeah. Of course, if it's a business expense, you probably could deduct it.
Oh, okay. If it's a business expense, fuck it, yeah.
That's kind of interesting, Chris. I didn't think of that one. Very aggressive communicant. Okay.
It's Vag Arse Cock. We're not moving it now.
But what I wanted to talk to you about, we just sent to discuss the show with what Lee J. Miller said about what's going on with these different states. And the fact is that some people in the community can't tell the difference between an intersex hermaphrodite or transgender. How
do you expect people to tell the difference, Michelle? That's I wouldn't know whether you were
right. I know
a hermaphrodite. You can't tell by looking at someone if they're a hermaphrodite, can you?
Yeah, but what it is that in the case of, I'm going to mention Kansas because I know more about the Kansas legislation. I really don't know very much about Iowa or some of the other states. But the fact is that they're trying to make it a felony to use the bathroom based on what your birth certificate says. So if your birth certificate says male and you use the female bathroom, they want to put you in prison or fine you for like up to 5 years for using the wrong bathroom. But I'm worried about is the embarrassment. Let's say you have a man who's effeminate. He's a man. He's happy being a man. His birth certificate says male. His driver's license says male. He goes into the bathroom to take a whiz. And then all of a sudden he comes out. Security's there and says, "Excuse me, sir. We have to go bring you back into the bathroom to determine if you're really a man." That's what I'm afraid of. That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Unlawful search and seizure.
Well, who's going to be checking? I mean, come on. If you're just going in for a tinkle, who the fuck cares?
That's a good question.
Your piss and go.
Like Rock said, and even Lee John Miller said, the problem is the law is so broad in how it's going to be enforced that people may get false flags without even having a really good reason to be false flags.
The dual sex toilets might be the answer then, so that everyone shares to stop the fucking.
I mean, this is how crazy it's getting with this stuff. I'll send you the article directly from Legia Miller. She's an attorney. She is a Democrat, but this is one area me and her agree on 100% that there is seriously something has got to be clearly clarified. For example, I mean, where does it end? I
wasn't into unisex toilets in the beginning, to be honest, because I always think
single stall toilets are not a problem. Those are the ones that are simple, right? It's just a single toilet, a sink, and
it does solve a lot of problems.
That's it. Nobody questions that. It's when you get into the ones that are multi-stall.
Right. Well, they're probably just going to have to change them all. Just change them all. Make them.
Well, I don't think construction contractors are going to be too enthusiastic.
I also think like a lot of parents let their kids go to the toilet on their own. Well, they shouldn't. It shouldn't matter whether it's a male toilet or a female fucking toilet. You shouldn't be letting your kids go on their own. If they're not big enough to kick someone in the nuts.
There should be unisex toilets. There really should be. I mean, as I said, if it's a single bathroom with a sink and a toilet and a door, I don't have a problem with this. But it's like when you get into like a larger stadium bathrooms or in the mall or like the one in Trump Towers, yeah, that gets kind of complicated because, like I said, so what are you going to do? Get somebody to go, "Hey, show me your privates." It's not a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
Michelle, what's triggered this? Is this because Noodles told you not to video in the bathroom?
No, not that. No, Legia Miller's own video. I can play a little bit of the video, but I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's so long. And she's a lawyer, and I don't want to upset her or violate her copyright. So I'll play just a little piece of this. So let me pull this up here. I'll pull this up on the screen. Let me get the link here. I sent it the same link to Femias, by the way.
Yeah, I started watching that this morning, actually.
Okay, so you start watching it. So if you watch that, then you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's an example where even Grok agreed that the problem is the law is so broad. It's like hitting the broadside of a barn. It's not going to help. If anything, it's going to create a problem. Let's see if her community got back to me on this.
As a woman, I don't mind if a trans woman uses the toilet.
I don't either.
And
I've been in bathrooms with trans women in the next stall, and I never had a problem with them. In fact, there's one employee at McDonald's.
But then again, I have to say, there's people like Melton John out there, and I don't want to be sharing the toilets with Melton John.
Oh, and absolutely not. Exactly.
Exactly. So
yeah, so that's the problem. Is like
there's trouble that but he's a mentally ill trans, so we shouldn't paint everyone with the same brush.
All right, let me go get this thing back to the beginning of the document so we can see it, and then we can look at it together, at least a little bit of it. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's kind of long anyway. So after you people want to know if I ever cover real world stuff on this channel besides EO Mio all the time, yeah, I do. I cover EO Mio all the time. Here's the piece right here. I will leave her links below so you can actually follow her. This is the article here. I'm just going to play a very small piece of this. So let's get started.
Hi, it's Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. You're tuned into Why America? I'm your lawyer friend, Legia Miller. In Kentucky, an attempt to declare trans people mentally ill. In Idaho, a bathroom ban that carries a 5-year prison sentence. In Tennessee, an attempt to create a public list of trans people in the state. And that's just in the last 2 weeks. Today, we're discussing the growing onslaught of anti-trans legislation and other government action to target a community that is already extremely marginalized and continues to be pushed to the margins as our elected officials spend truly shocking amounts of time, energy, and our tax dollars to try to legislate out of existence a group of people who are literally just trying to live and who represent a tiny fraction of the population. And whenever I make videos specifically dedicated to trans issues, I don't know what it is, the algorithm, people's apathy, who knows? They don't get the views that many of my other videos do. And I think partially it's the nature of this style of content creation.
Yeah, she's right. It is.
Well, she's answered her own bloody question because it's a very small amount of people that are trans.
And
so that's why.
So for the majority of the audience, it's not
exactly
on their radar.
She's answered her own bloody question, hasn't she?
So, since this
I'm guessing she's trans.
I don't know if she is or not. I'm going to leave that out because I don't know. I don't care, okay? She's just a commentator.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
She's a lawyer. She's licensed and bonded in the state she practices in. And in order to be compliant with YouTube, we have to fair use. We can discuss her case or argument, and then
David has some very
we will pause
surprising
indication to point counterpointer as we go.
Where I have to rely on a thumbnail and video title to grab your attention, and people's attention is naturally more grabbed by things that pose a direct threat to them, which is why, in a lot of ways, in today's digital content era, Republicans have the upper hand on messaging when it comes to trans issues. When I tell you that the Lemkin Institute for Genocide Prevention has determined that the United States is in the early to middle stages of a genocidal process against trans people, unless you are a trans person, which accounts for a couple percentage points of the US population, you do not see that headline as an existential threat, no matter how much sympathy or empathy you may feel for the trans population. But when Republicans are able to fearmonger their base with threats of trans people attacking them in bathrooms, or trans girls competing in high school sports, or schools indoctrinating kids with woke gender ideology, and doctors performing irreversible surgeries on minors, whether any of that is actually true, which is mostly not, that makes the headlines about the viewer. It makes the threat feel personal. It doesn't require you to feel any empathy. It just activates your lizard survival brain.
Like
not my children, not my tax dollars, not my bathrooms. And a lot of this anti-trans legislation can be traced, of course, to the religious right movement of the last century and the anti-gay crusades around the country. But it really saw an uptick beginning in the mid-2010s with increased trans visibility. Anytime we take 2 steps forward, there's always got to be a few steps back, you know what I mean? You had Laverne Cox in Orange is the New Black becoming the first openly trans person to be nominated and win an Emmy in an acting category. You had Chelsea Manning's leak of sensitive documents and transition while going through the legal process, and then her sentence was commuted by Obama in 2016, and then in 2015, Caitlyn Jenner came out publicly as trans and appeared in a 2020 segment and on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine as the first out trans woman to appear on the cover. And with that progress, of course, came swift backlash. It was around this same time that the first state bills were introduced and some passed, banning trans people from using the bathroom that coincides with their gender identity.
Okay.
2010. I don't think anybody give a fuck if you are trans and you're dressed as a woman and you are a woman, like you look like. It doesn't matter even if you're not a good-looking woman. Who cares?
Yeah, but she also goes on.
No one's going to say any fucking thing.
She also goes on and says that because, well, let her say, she explained it, that the intersex are in a gray area and actually are in limbo. I'll let her say that here. Let's talk more about this.
Far-right advocacy groups started doing polling to see what would rile their base up the most to get them to the polls now that abortion was kind of done away with the whole Dobbs decision, and the whole gay marriage thing really didn't make people angry like it used to. And they found that people were really passionate about trans youth playing sports, especially when asked whether boys should be allowed to compete against girls in sports. And so conservatives ran with this messaging, turning an issue that impacts literally a tiny handful of kids around the country into a giant part of their campaign platform, which quickly snowballed into the familiar "think of the children" rallying cry that's so popular among conservatives, which then led to questions of children being turned trans in schools. What books are being taught in our schools that need to be banned? Why and how are these kids even transitioning to begin with? It's probably the woke teachers and the woke doctors performing perverse medical experiments and irreversible surgeries on children. And after a few short years of fear-mongering, helped along especially during the pandemic when you had content creators like Chaya Raichik of Libs of TikTok gaining a massive following off fear-mongering and scapegoating the LGBTQ plus community. And we've arrived to a place where this small community of marginalized people just trying to live their lives are being used as a scapegoat for all the ills of society. Sexual assault, child sex abuse, child grooming, domestic terrorism, you know, all the crimes that are actually far, far more prevalent on the far right. This headline from The Advocate helped inform my reporting on this issue. 2 transgender men sue Kansas government over law voiding driver's licenses. Using the Ground News browser extension, I can get helpful background information on this publication in one quick glance. To get the big picture, I can click on full coverage, which will show me coverage of the same story from publications across the political spectrum. My partner on today's video, Ground News, is an app and website that offers tools to help you critically analyze the news you read, providing context to understand
advertising sponsor.
You can follow along
Ground
at
News, which I do know of. I never used it. I might sign up for it too.
Ground News provides you with information and context, I think it'd be good who owns the publication and how factual it is, to help you determine for yourself what is trustworthy and how to interpret the news. I feel empowered by Ground News by getting well-rounded insight into each headline, instead of relying on a single outlet that might have underlying biases and motivations that I'm not aware of. Ground News also ensures that I never miss a headline because of my own information bubble with its blind spot feature, by highlighting stories that are covered on one side of the political spectrum and not the other. Ground News is transparent.
What's that?
You could forward this bit.
I follow this woman. I do follow her documents and her videos.
You don't have to watch the adverts, though. You could skip them.
Well, I will, but I don't want to skip anything because the fact is that she doesn't have
about its methodology, how it assesses each story and publication, including how it uses 3 independent monitoring organizations to assess the bias rating for each publication. I genuinely think the world would be a better place if everyone had this much context about the news they read. Because depending on where you or your family members get the news, you're going to get very different takes on the same story.
Into a solid topic today.
M60 said, "Oh, nice and glad we're diving into a solid topic today." Oh, yes, we are.
Michelle, could you please read Canadian Girl's previous message, please?
Canadian Girl says, "Good morning, Michelle. Read my previous message. Previous message is further up. Where is it? Oh, okay. Canadian Girl says, it's because of people that take it as a inappropriate level or push it too far that we do not put up with the bullshit. There is a reason there's no caution sign on there is a reason that there's a caution sign on everything. Stupid actions of people made. And let me give you your wrench. You don't have a wrench? I thought you did. Oh, you're gonna
Why doesn't she have a wrench?
I don't know, but she's gonna have one. Let's scroll over here, because all the work that you put into the show, I want to make sure you get a wrench. And the past, your videos are very well liked. Everybody loves the videos you did on my channel, and I was wondering how you were doing. Yeah, she is a little bit annoying, but then again, she does have a valid point. Although
she is a bit annoying. She's when someone's so pro something rather than
she's showing her passion here. I don't have a problem with it. I understand the passion part. I really do. But let's get back to some more of this. If you want me to she's already talking fast. You want me to make her talk faster? No, because then everybody wouldn't understand what the fuck she's saying. All right, fine. Let's go back.
Now, I'm not the only one who loves ground news. The Nobel Peace Center even called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. I'm always really impressed with ground news and genuinely think they're a great resource. If you want to stay informed on US politics and more, subscribe through this QR code or my link below at ground.news/Legia for 40% off this unlimited access Vantage plan. It comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to all the features I've mentioned.
Thanks,
ground news.
$5?
In March 2020, Idaho became the first state to bar trans girls from participating in girls' sports. In 2021, Arkansas became the first state to enact legislation making it illegal for minors to receive transition medication or surgery. And that legislation was based on model language first used in South Dakota that didn't pass there, but created the framework that was then used nationwide to curb trans rights. And this is kind of how this works.
Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you very much, Canadian girl. And
across the country.
I do hope that you can help us with some more of the videos we need to work on.
With religious right-affiliated groups. A report from Mother Jones from a few years ago found emails that showed these far-right religious groups pushing lawmakers to make their laws more restrictive and to ensure the language was ironclad. Dozens of states followed suit, introducing legislation with language mirroring the original model bill created for South Dakota. And thanks to the far right, there's now a network of disinformation peddlers and content creators and conservative media that instill fear in the far-right base. So many of these anti-trans bills, most, I would venture to guess, aren't local grassroots efforts popping up on a state-specific level to address actual concerns within that state. They are model laws created as part of a nationwide, concerted, and strategic effort by forces outside of the individual states who want to come in and influence local and state elections, because they understand how powerful state-level efforts can be for changing the nationwide agenda. And that's exactly what we've been seeing with trans rights issues. In 2016, it was some fringe bathroom bills in some red states banning trans girls in sports, and now it's the entire federal government pushing bunk science, cutting Medicaid funding for states and hospitals that provide gender-affirming care, forcing trans inmates in federal prisons to detransition, and pushing a violently anti-trans agenda that a decade ago was merely a fringe wedge issue. And this is happening at the same time as younger people are more openly identifying as trans or gender nonconforming. Not to say being trans is becoming more prevalent, but simply that young people are more open with their trans identities than in past generations. So we see this growing chasm between the anti-trans bigots on one side and the progressives who openly embrace people with trans and gender nonconforming identities in ways that were unheard of a couple decades ago. So more people are coming out, but at a legal and federal level, they're being more acutely targeted. Not to say they weren't targeted in the past, of course, but there are now laws singling out the trans community for especially draconian treatment. And I'm plagiarizing myself here a bit. I put on an episode 2.5 years ago at this point called "Why Are Conservatives So Obsessed with Trans Kids?" And it's more relevant now than ever, but this is not the first time that we have seen a fascist dictatorship pay special attention to victimizing trans and gender nonconforming people.
Yeah, let's talk about historically. She does go into what happened in World War II and the Nazis. If you are trans, you die violently.
It is true, Moose.
Also,
Tiger, sorry.
People on the spectrum, people with Asperger's were executed too.
Really? That's
the way the Germans were with their purity laws.
I don't know. Sometimes Michelle will tell me shit, and I'll go look it up, and it's not true.
Yeah. I think a lot. I think
you told me
you could lie.
Real, and there's aliens on Atlas.
Yeah, I think you could lie. You can say whatever you want about Nazi Germany, and no one questions it. I think a lot of that stuff is lies, Michelle. They were throwing pedophiles in concentration camps, and for some strange reason, the LGBTQ used the pink triangle as their symbol. That was for pedophiles.
But here's the thing, Noodles, that we need to remember is that the Aryan purity that Hitler was pushing basically also dealt with people with handicaps, mental retardation, autistic spectrum, particularly was diagnosed by a doctor named Asperger, which he was diagnosed.
So you got your name from a Nazi?
From a doctor. It's what the procedure was. That was what the diagnosis was named after.
Was it a Nazi doctor?
He was a Nazi doctor, yes. I don't think it's funny, Noodles. I think it's.
I think it's hilarious how people try to rewrite history. Come on.
Sorry.
No, anyways, the point is that he actually created a diagnosis for people that were on the spectrum, and his knowledge was it's not quite the same thing as full-blown autism level 2.
Well, I love how we try to discredit these Nazi doctors and these Nazi scientists until it comes to technology that we use today. You know what I mean? It's like come on, guys, come on, please stop with this.
Well, either way, let's go back.
We just use the rocket.
A significant number of the books that the Nazis burned during their attempted Great Cleansing of Germany were part of the library of Jewish sexologist Magnus Hirschfeld, whose Institute of Sexual Studies was the first clinic in the world to provide surgical interventions, allowing trans people to live in the bodies they wanted. The institute opened in 1919 and provided care, but also sought to dispel shame around same-sex relationships and gender nonconformity, as well as publishing groundbreaking research into trans-affirming care. Then in 1933, the Institute of Sexual Studies was ransacked by the Nazi Students' League and the SA. Hirschfeld was abroad in France at the time of the ransacking, where he remained in exile as a gay Jewish man until his death in 1935. The general view on transgender and non-binary identities in the Nazi ideology was that they were mental illnesses that could be cured, and that strict adherence to the gender binary and the procreation of good, strong German boys and girls was of utmost importance. Sounds kind of familiar, right? Bars, nightclubs, magazines, publications, they were all raided and shut down. Those trans and gender nonconforming individuals who were considered Aryan were forced to undergo conversion therapy, but most were rounded up and sent to concentration camps. Entire communities completely wiped out. Nazis relied heavily on reports by private citizens, often neighbors and family members of trans and gender nonconforming individuals, to identify and prosecute trans people. This should also sound familiar, as some of the bills we'll talk about require civilians to come forward and out or sue their trans neighbors. However, the exact number of trans and gender nonconforming people who died at the hands of the Nazi regime is unknown. As I said in my video from 2.5 years ago, a century later, white nationalist horror at gender nonconformity and hatred towards trans people remains at the center of far-right movements in the United States. Take a 2021 post on the neo-Nazi blog Occidental Observer by open white supremacist Andrew Joyce, in which he attacks Magnus Hirschfeld's work, claiming that love as a concept was altered and weaponized by Hirschfeld, who imbued it with transcendental and cosmic qualities in an effort to distance it as much as possible from biological reproductive drives. Racism, homophobia, and transphobia, which together essentially boil down to the idea that whites should be able to live normally and by themselves, are perceived today as beyond the sphere of this deified love and are therefore representative of a kind of modern heresy. Basically, he's saying that gayness, gender nonconformity, and anti-racism are seen as an attack on the existence of white people. This is just one example of how racism and transphobia are really intertwined in the modern Christian white nationalist movement, of which many of the people in the highest reaches of power in our federal government are active members. Gender nonconformity, love that doesn't result in the procreation of white babies, all of that threatens their worldview, one that is fixated on immutable and antiquated gender roles, where white women are seen as walking wombs that must be used to replenish the declining white birth rates and reverse the great replacement of the white race by non-white children. In this way, there's very clear intermingling of the central tenets of the Christian white nationalist fascist movement that's taken over every every layer of government in the United States. Hatred of gender nonconformity, a desire to control women's bodies, racism, it all blends together and serves the greater purpose.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't even know where is a reasonable stance should be on this. It seems like it's a repeating topic through history.
See, I look at it, Michelle, like this is when I was growing up, I didn't know any trans people. I never saw any. It was
right.
Just wasn't. And then I remember seeing a few as I got a bit older. Very, very few, very few. But now there's quite a few because I think more people are more comfortable, you know, whatever. And I think it's more accepted. The same with being gay. Being gay isn't like something weird anymore. It's not. It's just And
when was it considered weird? Because like here's the thing. Like I grew up. You're not that much older than me, Tiger, right? I remember Boy George being openly gay. I remember Freddie Mercury. Before that, I remember Liberace. And again, you can say, well, oh, that was just a few. Well, how many fucking gay people are there? There's not that many fucking gay people out there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's representative of the culture. I mean, it's a very small population, and they want to be like overrepresented in a way. It's like, go fuck yourself.
Remember also in the 1980s, Noodle, when you were born in 1980, so you probably don't know or saw the experience of what happened after Stonewall in 1969.
Michelle, Stonewall was the cops were going in there raiding a nightclub that was selling drugs for the mafia. It had nothing to do with shutting down gay. Michelle, there were tons of gay nightclubs in New York City that didn't get shut down. Why did they go after that one? Because they were selling drugs in there for the mafia. It was a mafia-owned fucking establishment.
Hold on a minute.
It's a lie.
I think you're missing the point here. What they also had was anti-sodomy laws. We had in this country, particularly, were totally against the gay community. Because
Michelle, that sodomy law was for everybody.
Yes, Connecticut had its own anti-sodomy laws as well. Connecticut.
Michelle, do you know what sodomy means? By the way,
I know what sodomy means.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
It means anal sex.
No, it doesn't. It means anal and oral, Michelle.
That's true.
So stop with these fucking bullshit faggot lies. All you faggots out there, grow the fuck up. You make tons of money off of being faggots, so shut up.
I'm saying, and this is where I agree with Lee John on this is crazy. This 21st century. Okay? First of all...
Michelle, it changed. It changed. Just like black people weren't considered goddamn human beings. Well, guess what? They're considered human beings now. We changed it. Don't worry about it.
M60,
all you homosexuals out there that want to pretend like you're being attacked, go fuck yourself. No one's attacking you. No one's scared of you. You're scared of coming out of the closet. Therefore, you're pretending like everyone's afraid of you.
The same basic problem. Okay? It was a broad brush. And M60 knows what I'm talking about.
M60 doesn't know shit. M60 fucking takes PrEP and fucks whoever he wants. How the fuck is he being terrorized or being neglected or being oppressed? The fuck are we talking about over here?
He never said he was.
I know, I'm kidding.
All right, let's
go on. And he said, Noodles, if you want to attack a gay, maybe talk to your buddy who threatened AJ again last night. I guess
dude, come on, enough with this. I can't. M60, I don't know what's going on over there, and I went to another live stream, and it just seems like the drama is run by Hussy, man. That's all I gotta say. I don't even want to dive deep into that because I feel like if I dive deep into that, it's like an undertow, and I'm gonna be dragged in there. I have a very nice relationship with that guy, and I want to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Same with you. I don't want any problems with you or Valkyrie. I like you guys. Like, I don't know what's going on. AJ, Met her a couple times, dude, and she was nice to me. I mean, as nice as possible. But let's be honest. That community over there was calling me a fucking pedophile not too long ago.
That's true.
All right, let's go on here. See what she continues on to say.
Which is why, now that Trump has taken over and all the worst bottom-feeder far-right rhetoric has gone mainstream through the proliferation of every Project 2025 initiative, trans people are being targeted because they challenge the end goals of the Christian white nationalist project currently playing out in our government. Okay, let's go down the list and take a look at the legislation that's passed or was close to passing this year so far. This matters because a society willing to treat vulnerable people like this won't just stop with one marginalized group, and we have to look this in the face in order to contend with this. It deserves the same amount of scrutiny as we are giving to all the other atrocities being committed by this administration. And it is really hard to parse out everything that's happening at the state level, so I'm definitely going to miss some things. Add what you want and extra context in the comments below. Starting with the federal government, the Supreme Court released its decision this week in the case Childs v. Salazar, siding with a talk therapist who claimed her First Amendment rights were violated by Colorado's ban on conversion therapy. The Supreme Court, in an 8-1 decision, decided that the free speech rights of conversion therapists who practice a type of therapy that has been proven time and again to be more harmful than helpful, those rights of those people are more important and more protected than the rights of people to be free from bunk science-based malpractice. It's just the latest in a long line of cases over the last decade at the Supreme Court that have forcibly pushed the expectations from being free from having religion forced upon us towards an expectation that Christian zealots should have freedom to practice their interpretation of their religion without having to worry about how it negatively impacts others. Childs v. Salazar, of course, impacts more than just trans people. It's an affront to the rights of LGBTQ plus folks everywhere to be free from having their therapy needs co-opted for the purpose of pushing harmful conversion therapy tactics motivated by an individual therapist's religious zealotry. Separately, in September 2025, an executive order called Countering Domestic Terrorism and Organized Political Violence, the Trump regime made it clear that what they term Antifa ideology is considered domestic terrorism that should be punished to the fullest extent of the law, and included within the ideology that should be prosecuted gender extremism and hostility towards those who hold traditional American views on family, religion, and morality. And by traditional American views, they mean conservative Christian views. While the executive order was passed last year, it's still incredibly relevant today, given the recent case out of Texas, which found for the first time a group of people guilty of providing material support to terrorism because of their adherence to quote-unquote Antifa ideology. Check out my guest appearance on Slate's What Next podcast from a few weeks ago, where I discussed the Prairie Land case more in depth with Mary Harris, and let me know in the comments if you want a full video breaking the case down now that the verdict has been reached. This is important because even though a district-level case out of Texas doesn't create nationwide precedent, it gave the Trump regime a test run for how to prosecute people based on their ideological leftist beliefs. And some of the defendants in that Prairie Land case were trans women who were held in men's prisons and who were repeatedly referred to by their dead names or the wrong pronouns by the prosecution during the case. By lumping gender extremism into the general definition of Antifa ideology, the government can then point to any trans person, regardless of their actually held beliefs, and call them a domestic terrorist because of their radical gender extremism and rejection of traditional American morals and family values. Reminder that holding extremist views is actually very, very protected under the First Amendment. But now the feds have a roadmap for going after people and accusing them of terrorism because of their left-leaning views, or even simply because of their status as a transgender individual. And you know the federal government is going to continue attempting to push criminalization, marginalization, and eradication of trans people in the United States because it's all laid out in Project 2025, which according to some estimates is about 50% complete at this point. According to a summation by the 19th, quote, Project 2025 equates being transgender or adopting transgender ideology to pornography and declares that it should be outlawed. Under this plan, the federal government would enforce sex discrimination laws on the biological binary meaning of sex, and educators and public librarians who spread the concept of being transgender would be registered as sex offenders. The plan says that children should be raised by their biological fathers and mothers who conceived them, unless those biological parents are found unfit by a court.
They want this to be true so bad.
Trump administration
they want to be
state-level projects. This is why I always harp on how important it is
to get like I can't see actually
that is where a lot of this
starts. They want it to be
and
so
where the
bad
details
so they
are
can play
ironed out.
victim.
And
They're all
after years of
victims.
work,
Oh
the
my
rate of
God.
anti-trans bills getting introduced in the states has reached hyperspeed.
Right. Agenda 2025 was written by the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank. It is not a law. It is a recommendation.
Michelle,
yes.
Michelle, let me explain something to you and to the audience. Do you know that the LGBTQ gets donated over $100 million a year just by Wells Fargo alone? All right. Do you know how much it costs to educate a child in this country?
A lot.
$20,000 a year, Michelle.
Yeah.
$20,000 a year. They could take every transgender child, put them in their own school for $140 million a year. Every single transgender child in the United States right now could be put in their own transgender school. They don't do it. Michelle, this is a scam. They are scamming people out of money. I don't know where the hell this money is going.
You're missing a couple points, Noodles, that are valid, which is the fact is that, number one, what I don't see why it's anybody's beeswax which toilet you use. I don't see
because Michelle, it would be fine if you were saying that if it didn't affect everyone in the United States. It's affecting everybody. Because if they just wanted to use their own fucking bathrooms, Michelle, no one would give a shit. But that's not what's going on. They're forcing people to fucking obey these fucking like rules. They're not, and they're turning into laws. And then when a state says, you know, we're not going to do this because we represent the people, right? We're going to do something else. They're taking it as hate. It's like, listen, you got to remember this. When you go out into public, people feel uncomfortable about stupid shit, right? And in fact, if I saw you sitting in a car, I could call the police and say, you know what, this guy's suspicious. I don't like the way he looks. He makes me feel uncomfortable. Can you please check him out?
No, it already exists in many states, these laws that already basically go by hearsay. That's what she's trying to get at. It's getting crazy.
Michelle, my point is that you cannot tell people to be comfortable with something.
Hi, Brian.
You have to start putting these people in mental institutions. And I'm not talking about gay people. I'm talking about anyone who's fucking uncomfortable. If there's a dog walking down the street with an owner, Michelle, people are saying that they feel uncomfortable with dogs. Dogs shouldn't be out in public. This is what I'm trying to get at.
The problem is let's be honest, guys. M60, let's make sure you understand one thing. If you really gotta pee or you gotta poo and you can't hold it to get home, where are you gonna go to use the bathroom? It's what this goes on into. Let me just jump ahead a bit. I hope I don't miss it.
Well, if you're Michelle. A woman, go to the woman one. If you're not, and I don't know.
Oh boy,
Michelle, what about me? Why can't I go in the woman's bathroom? Explain this to me.
I can't answer that, Noodles, but let me just go back to what. Let's go back.
Because it makes people feel uncomfortable. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. So stop. Guys,
right.
you come on.
All right, I fast forwarded a little bit. Let's go to where it left.
And I don't know if it's something not working on my end, but I was unable to access it from any web browser or my phone, so I'm unclear what's going on and why that tracker has been pulled down. Hopefully it'll be up and running again soon. Specifically from Alexandra Vaca, the post called Transitics Comprehensive Anti-Trans Political Action and Litigation Map provides all the info you could ever want to know about what's been happening at the state level, including a helpful division of the various issues into color-coded maps. The main tactics for attacking trans rights at the state level fall into four major categories. Care access, specifically gender-affirming care for minors, in prisons, and Medicaid coverage of said care. Next category is sports, then identity documents like birth certificates, state IDs, and X marker recognition, and then spaces, specifically bathroom access and prison housing. You can check out the full resource at the link to Transitics that I've included in the sources, but just looking at the updates so far in 2026, here is a brief review of what's been happening in the state this year. I also want to note that a lot of these laws make absolutely no mention of
it's boring, but it's important.
As though they do not exist.
No, it's not important.
Yes, it is.
Just kind of floating in
you want drama? This is real world drama. Get used to it.
In Idaho, a ban on birth certificate changes took effect, making Idaho the 8th state to actively ban trans people from amending their birth certificates. Idaho has also banned trans people from updating their state IDs to reflect their gender identity.
This is the gayest live
And
stream
just
ever,
this week,
Michelle.
a new law was passed in Idaho that awaits the governor's signature that would require schools, healthcare providers, and child care providers to notify parents within 3 days if they receive, quote, any request by the minor student to participate in or facilitate the social transition of the minor student. This would include requests to use a different name or nickname, different pronouns, different bathrooms or locker rooms, or participate in different sports teams.
Some of you guys, I really am. What about if one of your
and it bans schools, healthcare providers, and child care providers
euthanasia?
I am not trans, I'm intersex. I have a medical condition that's different. The problem is, as Legion points out, the poor intersex community is in limbo. We don't know where we stand. We don't even know what we're supposed to do.
A doctor who practices gender-affirming care in eastern Idaho told the Idaho Capital Sun that the bill removes the professional judgment that allows clinicians and educators to keep children safe. Not every home is safe. Some youth face rejection, emotional harm, or even homelessness when sensitive information is revealed without careful planning, Rowland said. This bill contains no mechanism for safety assessment and no allowance for clinical discretion. Separately, also in Idaho, the governor just signed a bill 2 days ago that advocates call the most extreme bathroom ban in the nation that would ban trans people from using the bathroom that corresponds with their gender, not only in public buildings, but also in some private ones, and carries a 5-year prison sentence.
Let me say something. These are the same people that have been screaming about safe spaces for I don't know how long. And now they're saying, well, there are no safe spaces. If women feel uncomfortable with it, tough shit. Like, come on, this
Noodles,
is crazy.
I have a question. You run a business, right?
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
And in that business, you have to have a restroom, right?
Yeah.
Well, porta-johns, yeah.
Well, I mean, I can see, like, in small restaurants like ABC Pizza, for example, it's just a single-stall bathroom. The male and the female is just a sink and a toilet. One stall, one person, no problem. But when you get into bathrooms, like in a stadium or places like that, it gets a lot more complicated.
Sure, but do you have to have two? You know, one for female, one for male?
Do I have to? When it's porta-john? No, they can share.
You can just have one.
Yeah.
So why do you want the government mandating shit about fucking bathrooms for private businesses?
I don't want the government mandating anything.
Yeah, I don't. I want to be able to go into a woman's bathroom when I want to. But here's the thing. Like, I get it. Like, people are uncomfortable. And to be honest with you, I don't want to get charged with some fucking, like, bullshit. The reality is that
I think that could happen with any gender or transgender or anybody on the planet. And I mean, I think if you're worried about who's going to come into the bathroom, you just shouldn't use the public bathroom.
Yeah, have one for guys, one for girls, and then one with a picture of Melton John just going nuts.
Yeah,
and then you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's for the weirdos. That's for the weird." It's just a bunch of jizz and weird shit all over the walls.
Listen, my problem is that they're saying I agree with you. What they're saying is that people feeling uncomfortable about this shit is somehow homophobia. This is my point, all right?
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell someone that they're homophobic if they have been molested by another man when they were younger, and they see a man and they're maybe getting hit on by another man. I'm not saying in a bathroom. I'm just saying in general, right? They're dealing with this PTSD. Should they be out in public? I don't think so. The same thing with people who are afraid of dogs, who now want to outlaw dogs being in public. Those people should be locked up in a facility getting treatment.
That's why Red doesn't go in public anymore, because he was molested.
Right. So your problem is not with any of this actually going on. Your problem is with the Karens who complain about it.
Yes, and here's the thing. The reality of it is these people exist, all right? We don't do anything about it. All right. And now I'm being called a homophobe because some woman doesn't feel comfortable about a guy wearing with lipstick and a fucking a wig going into their safe spaces. Again, I had to hear about safe spaces for the past decade.
You'd be getting called a homophobe for not seeing a problem with that.
It's just weird, man. Like, I don't care. I could be honest. I'll be honest with you.
Wait, Michelle, so then you do have a problem with that.
Right,
I have a problem with being called a homophobe because other people are fucking uncomfortable. I'm being called it. The reality of it is that this is how it is, and I have to obey certain laws. Like I have to put on a seatbelt when I drive. How is that affecting anybody? It's just these rules, and I'm being called a homophobe or a racist because they exist.
I don't think you're being called a homophobe over what other people are saying or doing.
Well,
those fags keep calling you homophobe.
Like that might get you called a homophobe.
Those big old fucking hairy fags.
Well, here's where this Idaho law gets scary. She's explaining it. I want to just let her speak on this.
No, let's not listen to this video anymore, Michelle. It makes me want to jump off a bridge.
But you can still change your gender marker if you present an amended birth certificate. But that loophole was effectively closed by an executive order from the governor last month that ordered state agencies to halt gender change requests for Indiana birth certificates. In Iowa, the Republican governor signed into law a measure that removes gender identity as a protected class in the state's civil rights statute, opening the floodgates for trans people to be discriminated against in employment, housing, public accommodations, and education. But as she was signing the bill, Iowa's governor assured us all that, quote, we are all children of God and no law changes that. So that's great. In Kansas, an extreme bathroom ban went into effect, which required the Kansas legislature to override the governor's veto. The law criminalizes trans people for using the bathroom that corresponds with their gender, with penalties of up to 6 months in prison after the third offense for using the bathroom. Florida and Utah also have laws allowing trans people to be imprisoned over using the bathroom. The law also gives people the right to sue anyone who they suspect of being trans and using the bathroom that corresponds with their gender by claiming that the trans person invaded their privacy. So now private...
Okay, how are you going to determine if you were in a restaurant, okay, and you quietly go in the stall?
Anyone can.
Noodles.
Anyone can.
Can I finish my statement and then you can answer it? Okay.
No,
I'm going to finish because I want to explain this. What are you going to do? Send security guard out into the bathroom and ask you to take your clothes off? Just so they can see if you got between your legs?
Yes, they're going to drag you into court over it, yeah.
Well, be on your own.
Does that go against the Fourth Amendment?
Welcome to the real world.
Legal search and seizure without a warrant.
No, it's the world I live in. I don't want it.
As I found out so far, the way it's written is he said, she said. In other words, they can still sue you. They can still
Michelle,
sue you.
Welcome to the real world. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
He did say suspected, so I mean, this can easily apply to cis people, and like somebody can just accuse you of having a vagina, Noodles.
I want them to check Noodles right now.
Or let's say it's an effeminate man. Let's flip the tables around here. Now I know M60's not, and I know you're not, but let's say you were an effeminate man. Your birth certificate says male, your driver's license says male, you're happy as a man, you just don't happen to have facial fur for some reason, and all of a sudden some male Karen says, hey, I think that's a woman. She's not supposed to be in here. And then next thing you call security, they call the police, and then the poor innocent person is basically told to disrobe in the toilet so they can see it's really a guy.
Well, the problem there is the Karens. The Karens.
You know what's weird? Is M60, you have the same speech patterns as Miss Hussey. Like, if you guys had your cameras off, I wouldn't be able to tell who the difference is.
Shut you the guys fuck up.
You do. You sound just like Miss Hussey.
Not today.
Doesn't he?
Incidentally, not all disabled toilets are unisex.
You sound just like identical. You could dress up like Miss Hussey for Halloween.
I wish they would just stop.
No,
I don't know.
You guys do have the same speech patterns.
You wish who would stop?
How you doing today?
You wish who would stop, Noodles?
Oh man, listen. I don't know what's going on over there. I should keep my mouth shut.
Anyway, the point is, for those of you who want to watch the rest of Legis Miller's video, I will post the link in the chat below, so you can go to it and watch it on your own time. That way, we are properly citing our sources and that we're not blowing smoke out of our ass.
But from what I've seen, I think M60 and Val and Cal Dodge, they're bringing awareness to there's a lot of hypocrites. That's just
I agree, but like
they will say something is we're against this. I don't even know this community. I'm just like
the reason The reason why I'm saying something is because I talked to Miss Hussey about something, and there was someone who attacked me over it, and like he said, yeah, like I get it, and like it's just YouTube and whatever, and you could say whatever you want and all that stuff. And I just don't know how much of this is real, and I don't want
to. It's real. Sorry to say it, but it is very real.
Oh,
Wait,
what
is
about
this
if
Miss
it's a
Hussey?
female that
Is that-
has
oh, or is it
PCOS?
M60?
You know,
Listen, you can't be calling hospitals, calling the police. Let's get in real life. You shouldn't be delving into any fucking shit like that with people on the internet, unless you're good friends with them and they're missing in action. Or
Wait,
something.
there's people that called the police over YouTube. There's no way that happened.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
There's no way.
Yeah,
We've
Hussey
never heard of
did.
that. We've
Hussey.
never heard of that over here. That's never happened.
Yeah, and
Noodles, no cop has ever showed up to your
but
house before.
we do not agree with that, and you know we don't. So
We're so numb to it, though.
I know we are.
It's a
because
daily
it happens.
occurrence.
Look,
So the
we
point
don't agree with it. You can't.
the point is, what I'm mainly pointing out is that the craziness is the fact is that if a woman has PCOS, where she's got facial hair because of her medical condition, she's female, everything. You imagine embarrassment if security comes in and says, "Sorry, ma'am, you got to disrobe. We got to see if you really are female."
That's not going to happen, Michelle.
If
Riz
it's
said he
based
would
on
do that.
I don't
hearsay,
know how else
Noodles,
you do it.
if it's based on hearsay, she says that they can sue and arrest these people. If you're going to sue them, you need to know their address. You need to know where they live.
You have to do discovery.
I'll tell you
Michelle.
what. You only have to check them if they're not attractive. If they're attractive, then they're good. If they're ugly, then they have to be checked.
Michelle, if they find out that you know you're a man or something like that, Michelle, and they want to sue you for going into, they can do that.
However, the problem is what about the intersex community? She did address that. The intersex community is in limbo. They don't know where they stand because they have medically been confirmed to be what they are, and yet.
Michelle, how intersex are you? What organs do you have that are female?
I have androgen insensitivity for one thing.
What does that mean?
Which means my body produces androgens. I eat testosterone, but my body doesn't use it.
Okay, so your body just doesn't use testosterone.
I also don't have fully grown male organs.
So you have a small penis. Do you have any female organs?
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
And I do have the outer
you can't
lips
just
downstairs.
ask people what genitals they have.
Well, that's what intersex is, isn't it? Not like just saying you have a small penis.
The problem is
No.
that I'm concerned
No.
is that this is a slippery slope. Like she said, I don't see how.
Well, Michelle, you're always going to be a woman.
I'm always going to be a
Well,
woman.
if that's the case, then Big Steve is a woman.
staying
Big
there.
Steve is a tiny dick. I mean, it's a very
There's
tiny
more
penis.
to gender than just like genitals. There is more body chemistry behind it.
I
So
know.
do you have the chromosomes of a female?
Hi, Leo.
Me?
How you
No.
doing? I'd love to hear your view on this. I know that there's been a lot of people on the right and the left, right, been batting this thing around like a hack and sack ball. But I think the problem is that I don't think broad legislation
Hack and sack law. What the fuck is a hack and sack law?
where it gets batted from one to the other,
No
back
hippies.
again and back and
No,
forth,
'cause
and argued and counter
there is a
argued.
hack and sack New Jersey. That's never heard
No,
of
hacky
So
sack
can
law
I-
bans hippies.
Michelle, can I say what I thought of that
Go
video?
ahead.
So I think that she may have been exaggerating slightly because I didn't really like bringing out Project 2025 when it's 2026 as if it has somehow become law. I get her
It's
point,
not a
but
law.
like,
It's a guideline written by the Heritage Foundation. It's
I'm
900 pages
skeptical.
long.
Michelle, let him finish.
well, I'm skeptical that forced detransitions are happening, and I'm skeptical on the terrorism claims. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just very surprised to hear that, and so I'm not sure how much she's exaggerating or not.
Well, I
Oh,
can't
wow.
verify
What-
unless you
what a
want to
great
read 900
opinion
pages of
from somebody.
documentation. Do you want to read 900 pages of the actual Heritage Project
Oh
2025?
no, not at all. Not at all. No.
I ain't got time for that either. That's the reason
Yeah.
why a lot of
If you
stuff gets
do,
slipped in
do you
that no
think
one.
you could do it with some gusto, Michelle?
Yeah, not as boring as this video. Ugh.
Gosh, no.
Now listen, Michelle actually comes on here, tries to put on some content, and then you guys fucking bitch about it.
That's her
then
job.
When she's not, you bitch about that.
No,
Is that all you people do?
No. This is how it's supposed to go, right? People are supposed to argue about this. It's supposed to be,
Yes, it's called entertainment.
Well, Noodles, this is not a pretentious drama channel. But if it's a real issue that I have to bring up, I'm going to bring it up on the show. And this is a real issue.
It's awesome, Michelle. I think you should do more of it.
Like Melton John is a fake trans.
No, because you just said it's boring. You say it's almost like you're saying don't bring it up because it's boring.
No, Michelle, you want to get more people up here, Michelle. You want to get more people up here. It's great. You're doing fine. Trust me, Michelle. Oh, by the way, Michelle,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and Michelle, a lot of people enjoyed the show yesterday too, Michelle. You got a lot of views over there, Michelle.
That was definitely entertaining. There's no problem with that. That was entertaining for me, you, and them, and I enjoyed going out and having the meals and doing a food review. It was delicious, by the way.
I can't believe she had 7 donuts.
I can't believe you went to Denny's and didn't get pancakes. You didn't get pancakes.
Donuts.
Denny's has great pancakes. I can't believe you didn't get any.
Well, never been there.
Yes, please don't forget to hit the like button, and please do hype yesterday's outdoor stream. That was very nice. It was long. I had like about 500 views on that. If you guys would please do me a favor and hype it, because the copyrighted music in there I haven't stripped out yet.
Michelle, don't worry about it. You can barely hear it. No one's going to copyright it. So you're not going to get a copyright for it.
No, because we played copyrighted music that wasn't mine. We got copyright claims, so I didn't make any advertising revenue on that money on that stream at all. And that stream could have easily brought in $10. I need to seriously let you know that I'm not sure what to do with it, because if we delete it, then we lose.
Well, I would make the argument, Michelle, that people didn't donate enough for that. And make people feel horrible for not donating.
How many black people were at Denny's?
There was no one.
Yeah.
Lost them.
Okay. Yeah, nobody goes to Denny's anymore, as far as I know.
Denny's, if you go there after dark,
very empty
Denny's
in there. There
like
wasn't very many
prison.
people when we were there at all.
Don't go to Denny's after dark, because then it's like you're gonna get mugged.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I thought Denny's did breakfast.
Yeah, but they're open 24 hours a day.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, the thing is that this is real stuff, and you want to cover me to cover her real stuff. I will cover real stuff. I won't cover you two pretentious bullshit, because that's ridiculous. I'm not saying Alicia is not a Democrat. She's sworn up and down she's a Democrat. She's said it out loud. I know she's a Democrat. But when I do see what she's saying hits me right in the chops, I'm going to speak up on it. And I agree with her. It resonates with me because it personally affects me as an intersex. How are you supposed to react to that? With these state legislature laws, I don't have that kind of voice to speak up on an individual level, but as a group we can. We need to find a better way of dealing with this. And after all, it's going to come down to he said, she said, i.e., you're in the ladies' room, and all of a sudden someone thinks you're not female enough, and then they call security. Then what are you going to do? Then you got them saying, "Oh, gotta drop
it." Not going to happen. That's not.
Please understand, Tiger. We're going there. We have to go there because, unfortunately, where is the burden of proof?
I really disagree. I think it's become a lot more acceptable. I don't give a shit.
Hi, E. How you doing? Yeah, I know it's become more acceptable.
You're shagging. What's that?
But I do want to give thanks and thumbs up to the gay community, because the gay community is the one that started the ball rolling after Stonewall. Okay, so M60, thank you. And by the way,
E.
Because you guys were the flag bearers. You were the ones that started getting people to be aware that there are people that are uniquely different than the status quo.
Giant foreheady.
I do agree with Tiger Kitty that like it is probably less of a threat. I mean, we progress as time goes on. It's less of a threat these days. than it was maybe even 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
But it's good to be informed on this because it is still a threat. But
it is a threat.
Nobody wants you to be worried about like having to go out in public. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. And the thing is that these legislators are really, a lot of them don't understand anything about the intersex community. And because the intersex is even smaller than the trans community, about 1 in 5,000 babies is indeterminate sex. And then some of them don't fully identify, get tested until they're adults. It's those poor people that I'm worried about are going to get hurt. It's not fair.
I agree it's not fair, but a lot of not fair shit happens in the world, and I don't want you to get fear mongered by a lot of crazy
your
people.
female will be female. We'll be using the female will be female for the rest of your life.
Yeah. It's just it goes on more than that. Like I said, if it's all based on conjecture, if somebody goes to management and bitches and they have even if they just if they don't like you. Remember, we've talked about this. There are people who hate me on this YouTube. They hate me. They really do. What's stopping them from doing the same thing? We see it already happen. People calling the cops on people on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been seeing it. It's fucked. But Michele, if anybody fucks with you, just let me know. I'll show them what a forced detransition looks like.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. We definitely need to speak up and stand up for each other because I'm not against the trans community. I have friends that are trans. I'm not trans, I'm intersex, but I still have an understanding of their frustrations. And this scares the hell out of me. And it should scare the hell out of anybody.
Well, it shouldn't scare the hell out of you. Because, there's worries in the world. There's bigger worries in the world, you know?
That's right. But these are one worry that we can actually begin to change a little bit at a time if we all stand up and say no. We can't change the big problems all at once. That's impossible. But we can do the little state ones first. And that means that each person needs to know what's going on so they know where to start, where the argument starts from. That's what she's trying to get at. And it is a problem. When state issues becoming federal law recommendations to later become mandates. So we need to be wary of it.
I agree. I think you just need to be informed, but just don't let it get to you. Brian PCP just said it. Yes, don't live in fear, folks.
Right. But because they don't understand the difference, because the general public they have no knowledge of the difference between intersex, transgender, transvestite, transsexual, gay.
If you had you don't have a daughter, but say you had a son and your son said, "Dad, I'm sorry, but I'm gay." What would you do?
Is that for me or M60?
No, that's for Grizz.
Oh,
for
Grizz.
Grizz.
Not. Or a brother, or whoever, somebody you love.
I believe that we need to. I try not to stick my finger in the middle of this, but I do feel in some cases that in the case of M60 here, can speak for the gay community. He understands the gay side of it. When if you're father or mother and you want to be honest with your parents, you love your parents, you want them to know, Mom, look, I'm not interested in Susie, I'm interested in Samuel. Then why is it okay for the parents, especially if you're, under 18, to physically throw you out of the house because of that? You're being honest to your father or your mother. You haven't said anything wrong. And yet some parents will go to the point of throwing you out of the house because of nonconformity.
I think that's rare as well nowadays.
Not as rare as you might think.
Unfortunately.
I see being upset though, and I totally understand. Like, if I've had a little boy and my little boy said, "I want to be a little girl," I would feel like I'm somebody's dying, like my little girl's dying. I'm getting a little boy, but it must be heartbreaking to feel like that person is going.
Going to be
gone. What the sad truth is, Tiger, is that a lot of times the parents feel like they have failed society. That's really what it comes down to. And because they feel that they failed society, they feel it's just best to throw the child away from them.
My only argument on this is that, because I do get that, I do like it is important to acknowledge that the children looking for acceptance from their parents also have a visceral feeling about disappointing their parents, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that situation really does go both ways.
I feel bad for the kid, because when the parents throw you away from them, or they shun you or ostracize you or force you to leave the home, going as far as filing evictions against you. In some states, they have actually used the courts to remove the child from the home. I really don't feel that's fair at all.
I think it's important people are happy. And whatever makes them happy, as long as they're not fucking around with things they shouldn't be.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
Yeah. Because if you throw a 16-year-old out of your house and then they're end up forced out on the street, destitute, penniless, they're going to end up doing things that whatever they need to do to survive, including crime. That is not good. Is that what you wanted? That's not what the parents were intending, but that's what's going to happen.
Oh, did I see? Tiger, I believe in love and compassion, but I also believe right is right and wrong is wrong. And I would continue expressing that with my son.
Yeah,
that'd be awful if you were gay and your dad continued. Who the fuck would want that? Like, shut up.
I mean, some people have to have the relationship with their family that they don't talk about it.
Yeah, that's like Michelle, her mom.
Chris says, Tiger, I believe in love and compassion, but I also believe right is right and wrong is wrong, and that I would continue expressing that with my son. Well.
And then the parents whine about, I go no contact.
Yeah. Yeah. It should matter as long as they're happy.
Yeah, it's a complicated topic. I get it.
It is.
Yeah, it is a complicated topic. We're not realistically going to be
Everyone
able
in my
to solve
family
it
is
on
straight
this
and
show.
has been for generations. Well, David S. Probably just don't talk about it because there's gays in my family.
There's nothing wrong with normalcy, David S. The problem is some of the ways that we think about what some normalcy means is ostracizing and shunning people. And that creates an anormal society. When you have families telling the kids you can't be involved with family gatherings, you can't go to Christmas parties, you can't go see your own father who dies.
Well, I think that's more when you're talking about trans people there, because like your mom doesn't like you wearing dresses and stuff.
Yeah, my mom doesn't know.
Whereas like gay people,
but the gay community does the same thing, Tiger. Unfortunately, and M60 can verify that.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it can be. Well, it can be about things that you wear, like, you know, how you act, or if you're a little too flamboyant or whatever. So, I mean, there's some of that. I would definitely agree, though. It's not the same because it's just not as like viscerally jarring as, you know, just seeing someone show up in a dress one day, you know?
Yeah.
Here's David and he turns up in a frock. That's more mind-blowing, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, I'm glad you were able to do that, Leo. And you're right, though, Noodles, that there is a strong bias supporting things that are definitely not good. But I don't really know what the best answer is. We don't want to do what Hitler did. We don't want to do what the German did during World War II. That's ridiculous. That's going too far. Well, we got to find something that works. It's things like this that keep my brain going like a Cuisinart every night, trying to figure out how do we solve these problems.
You just have unisex toilets.
So, Michelle, I was about to ask you, are you happy?
Am I happy with my life? Yes.
Okay.
Am I happy with what I've achieved in my life? Yes.
Well, you don't have to save the world. Just keep being happy.
I just want to see the world happier. I want to see the world feel more comfortable with who they are. I like to see the end of war. I'd like to see the world find a peaceful solution to things.
That's so beautiful, Michelle.
Well, someone is taking a sledgehammer to your feet. That's what the problem is with some of the stuff in the world today. And I just want to see, that. I know that we humans will fight for whatever reasons, maybe for oil, territory, religious ideology. But the sad truth is, here's one thing we have in common. We are at this point, there is no other way to say this. I mean, we are all human beings. We're all Homo sapien. We're all basically the major apex editor on this class 14 death world. We are the top because of our knowledge and our brains. We don't have claws. We don't have fangs. We don't have venom. But what we do got is this big thing underneath our skull. That's what makes us able to defeat many predators. But unfortunately, the biggest predator of all is our own selves, which is what makes me so sad. It's like, you don't like what I got to say, so you decide that you see me as an enemy. The kind of mentality just gotta stop. It doesn't make any sense.
Well said, Michelle.
I agree, yeah.
Now, I do know that in many new buildings, they are setting up single stall bathrooms, which are labeled with both the male and the female symbol on the door because they're single-use bathrooms. Those are no problem. I have no problem with those. I can use the one at Cummings. I can use the one at restaurants like ABC, which is the same way. No problem. It's when you start getting into the multi-stall ones, like in stadiums and places like that, it's much harder.
I think single-use bathrooms probably are the way to go. I mean, but that's the problem is, we'll eventually get to a point where, like, even if you only have single-use bathrooms, people are going to have to start paying to use the bathroom in certain places just because of the traffic.
I'm going to take something back that I said. Like, I kept sitting here saying, well, that's in the old days. People don't care anymore. I'm looking at the side chat, and there is a lot of fucking... If I was gay and I was sitting up here I take that fucking back.
What is
I
the biggest
apologize.
living thing on this planet that I know of right now is a blue whale. That's in the ocean. We don't know. It's really far deeper in the oceans than the blue whale, but that's big, right? That's enormous.
This fucking bitch, Michelle, will not stop calling me. Stop calling me.
And who is this you're talking about?
Oh, by the way, E was in here a minute ago. Michelle, you didn't say hello to E. She did come in.
I did see E, yes. I said E. She's here.
E got wasted last night.
What about the other vixen that kept calling you yesterday?
She will not stop. She keeps calling me.
Oh, that's the one you're talking about, huh?
Yeah, she keeps saying I have money. I'm just lying to her. After she sent me that nasty fucking text about my mom dying and everything. Believe this shit?
She's just straight up asking for money.
Yeah.
Is this Cassandra?
Dude, this would be great for your channel. You should follow this chick. This chick is, oh my god.
Cassandra put a rotisserie chicken up her vagina.
What?
Dude.
By the way, please, may I please remind everybody to please put a like in the like jar. I know that this is sort of drama like, but please do show your support. I appreciate it.
For quite a while, but she just wanted his money. It was just because she
treats Noodles like an ATM.
Oh my god, she's calling. She's calling again. That's it. I'm gonna dox her fucking phone number. I can't deal with this anymore.
I think I'm out of free gifting.
Now she doesn't want to have sex with him, not even a hand job or anything, but she wants him to pay her phone bill all the time.
Yeah, I don't get that. It's kind of bold that she's like, give me money.
And the idiot gives it to her. That's why he paid a phone bill last month.
Yeah, it's like leaving food out for a cat. The cat's gonna keep coming back.
Sure. And then what I would do is I take the kitty in and make my pet in my home.
I have the cat that keeps showing up at my front door. But it has a collar on, so I assume somebody owns it. It's just like it wanders on my porch every day.
Thank you so much for renewing. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, at least you got the right one. Thank you very much, Brain Dead. I appreciate it.
So, night show tonight. Michelle has a night show at 7 o'clock.
Yes, it's 7 o'clock in the Discord lounge. I am not doing a YouTube, a VAC panel at the same time. That was just adding too much complication watching two different closed caption chats at the same time. It was making my head absolutely hurt. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Brain Dad. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we're just going to have the Discord open panel. We're not going to do the...
Oh, does that mean you're not going to strip the music? You're not going to strip out the music on yesterday's
I don't want to strip out the music from yesterday because I didn't even get a chance to read the chat from yesterday yet. I want to read the chat.
No, I haven't either, so don't do it. Just let it go. You said you would have made $10. He's just donated, so that makes up for it.
So she just threatened me. She said that my mom sucks transvestite dick, and my father's glad that my mother's dead.
Yeah, but you love all this.
And you say there's no transphobia out there.
Well,
yeah, I take it.
I think that she said that to get my goat. I'm not transphobic. I wouldn't be upset if my mom did. It's just, again, like she's trying to use that to, it's a tactic.
Well, it's good to know that you wouldn't be upset about it.
Oh, that's really weird because, like, Cassandra Cassandra was mad because I was in the car with Noodles, and he explained to her, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God, yes, thank you."
Oh, yes.
Oh, M60 renewed. Thank you so much. Oh.
I forgot I had the thing. I just let it renew every month.
I absolutely love it when you guys renew because it's so easy, and you can even set it as automatic, because I believe so you don't have to worry about forgetting, and it makes it easier for you. And I know that the super sticker super things are great too, but at least the memberships really make it easy for everybody. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much.
Oh.
Just in case that was a
back rub.
Now, Michelle, I think Cassandra might be watching this. Do you have anything to say to that slut trash pig?
I'm sure she's watching it. I'm sure Drama Witch is watching it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to slut pig, Cassandra?
You're gross. You are gross, and you're not getting a penny out of him.
Thank you.
He's just spent it all on Michelle.
Yep.
All I can tell you, Noodles, is you yourself have got to basically put the hammer down. You're the one who's got to tell her straight out, look, I can't pay you any more money. I have my own bills to pay. I've got my limit right now.
Michelle, I already told her that, and she says I'm lying to her.
Well, what's she going to do?
Well,
it's not her money.
That's when
Michelle's
you need to.
money.
That's when you're going to have to.
You're going out on another date soon, aren't you? You're going away at the hotel.
Yes.
You can't afford it.
Yes, Cassandra.
And he needs to buy some stuff for his beard.
Yes, Cassandra, you pig.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question, Noodles. Why don't you just go ahead and block her friggin' number on your phone?
Yeah.
All right, for all the people that don't know how it works, you block these fucking losers, and they have like 10 other numbers. I mean,
then you block all 10 other numbers, just like we do with trolls around here. Thank you so much, Chris Bliss.
You have to have more patience than they have phone numbers.
That's what I'm doing.
So please don't take out the side chat from yesterday then.
I won't.
All right, good.
Besides, I want to read it too.
Yeah, but I know what you're like. You'll read it and then you'll take it out.
Right. If I delete any of the music videos, I can't read the side chat because the side chat goes bye-bye. So that means that I would lose out, which kind of
all the people that think they're getting away with saying something in the side chat because Michelle's busy. Oh, no. She's going to rewatch it all.
Well, it's really hard to keep up on your side chat when you're not able to see the phone from a distance. You know, you got to remember that.
What flavor donuts were they anyway, Michelle? Oh, she was saying, Noodles. You know these gas station donuts, they're all hard. These were like fluffy.
They were like pillows. They were like beautiful, tender pillows. They were beautiful.
You know what they reminded me of? They reminded me of like Zeppelis that you get. I don't know if you were at Zeppelis, but they were really, really good.
They were really, really good.
I'm really glad we went there, Michelle. That was the highlight of the day, I think. Denny's was all right. I mean,
oh, she was telling me that you guys love Denny's, and she got a fucking steak.
Did you see that fucking steak? What she did?
I showed it on camera.
Oh my, Michelle, hold on. Let's see if I can get this up. Ignore the porn. Don't show anything yet, Michelle. You guys, ignore the porn.
No, yeah, put it on the screen so you can say it. Oh, man.
Yeah, but not yet.
Wait.
Lord,
M60, did you miss Yashir, he said.
Thank you
so
so
my
much again.
goodness.
Thank you very much.
Oh, hi, Yashir. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, Brian PC. I really do appreciate your support.
All right, can you see the tail, the T-bone? Is it sharing it?
All right, I'll show you on the screen now. Hold on a minute.
She doesn't have any fucking teeth.
Oh,
how did she do that?
I have teeth enough to chew that. I had to rip the hell out of it. I had to I had to slice it like
fire ants got at it or something.
Teeth are tender. That was a good steak.
My dog would be very unhappy with you because I usually take a bit home for the dog.
Here's her at with the Easter Bunny.
Oh, Michelle.
Oh yes, the Easter Bunny, and also we got the little gift. It was a little animal.
Why does it look like the Easter Bunny's
harassing her? Animal keychain, you know, animal from the Muppets.
He's like, get the fuck away.
It was cute. It was a little animal keychain, you know, like animal from the Muppets, right?
I was gonna buy her.
Except it was purple. It was purple, but it was a cute little thing. It was. I thought it was cute. And I'm like, where am I gonna put it?
They had baby ducklings there for sale.
I got it, Michelle.
One person coming up. Let's see, who is it? Who is the magic guest?
It's Yashir.
Yashir, welcome on in.
Hi, Yashir.
Hi, Yashir.
The water's fine. How you doing today?
Oh, wow.
Cozy bath remodel. Call now.
Yeah, I gotta turn your TV down a little bit. It's a little loud, but it's okay.
He's at work. He's in the cafeteria.
Oh, yes, I know.
Supermarket.
So how's it going this year?
Every time he comes
give
up
me
here,
a thumbs up. I guess that means
grins
good.
Yeah, he's lovely.
the entire time. He just does this big ass smile the entire time. Yashir, say something.
I'm doing good.
I'm glad you're doing
Hey,
good.
sexy Yashir.
Are you at work, Yashir?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's in the cafeteria.
Something about a new
Well,
bathroom was being
well-known
discussed.
supermarket. He brings the trolleys. What do you call them? Cots. He brings the cots.
Oh.
Yashir, can you tell us about Bergs and what he was saying to you? He was telling you he was a bad boy and putting him in a cage.
He's disgusting. He's not gay and everything.
He said he's not gay.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't gay and everything. And he thinks I was harassing
Prime
him.
PC says, Yashir, you have the happiest voice, he says.
Oh, can you not see him?
Doesn't he look like Usher?
He's on
Doesn't he
screen
remind you
right
of
now.
Usher?
Let me close this.
Well,
Yashir,
no, Yashir, okay.
doesn't he look like Usher M60?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see it. Maybe if, I thought all black people looked the same, Noodles.
No, they don't.
No, I don't think he looks like Usher. He looks like Yashir.
But he's got that Usher vibe to him, right?
Actually, the more that I'm looking now, he does kind of look like Usher.
Yeah, he's like the autistic
Usher.
Usher. Yeah, Usher. 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 How about that? Sorry, Michelle.
It's
I
okay,
wasn't trying to
by the way,
ruin
it's the
your
movie
vibe.
viewers report. Currently 26 watching, 131 views, average viewer engagement 16 minutes and 30 seconds as of 11:45 a.m. Good.
Hey, what do you guys think of the scent sandalwood?
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, like I started wearing sandalwood deodorant, and like I get a whiff of it every once in a while. I'm like, oh, this is better than Right Guard.
Fucking right, God.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Sandalwood's an excellent smelling old wood, beautiful
Yeah.
aromatic.
Yeah.
I mean, what flavor is right, God?
it's like I don't know, like it kind of smells like Irish Spring with like some other like maybe Old Spice mixed in with. I have no idea.
Except it's the original flavor in the original
Birds,
scent.
I'm sexy. Yesterday, you weren't here, and Noodle said to me, "Do you think he has a beauty regime?" And I
he's
said,
got it.
I think he does. He's put together nicely.
Like I think he wakes up like every other dude, like but I think he goes in. I think he takes care of his everything. Do you have a manscaping product, M60?
Do you mean to shave, or like, are you just talking? Like,
well, I don't think you're.
I use moisturizer. It's not that complicated.
No, but I'm saying, like, do you have like a buzzer? Do you keep it a certain length? Do you?
Oh no, I usually just get a haircut and then I trim it down. Like, whenever I do that, I'm probably gonna go get a haircut today, actually.
I mean, because I'm 60, you do a beautiful job manscaping. I like the way you look. I do.
Yeah. Are you guys talking about my beard?
Yes.
No.
Your whole general appearance. Your whole general appearance is so good.
No, we're talking about his balls and everything like that. Fucking, because I got these like, no joke, like 4-inch long fucking pubic hairs that like get caught in the zipper all the time. I got them coming up from my asshole, from my like, you know. It's like, I can't imagine.
I suppose for your pubic hairs you use a hedge trimmer, right?
Men know these things, isn't it? Well known. I mean, the men. I guess you got no one to talk to. M60.
Yeah, like I
would just trim it with a pair of scissors if I'm you.
I don't recommend my routine down there, if I'm being honest. But
well, what do you do? What do you do? Come on, do you wax?
No, I mean, if it's that crazy, you're gonna need to trim it down a little bit with maybe some clippers.
Yeah, a wall trimmer, a wall hair trimmer or something like that. Yeah.
And then they make this product called NADS that just burns the hair off.
Oh God, no! Stay away from developatory
it's
cream.
Like Nair,
please
but I think it's
stay away from developatory cream. I've tried it.
Wait! You're putting that on your ass?
Yeah, is
well, not on my ass.
On his nuts.
I've also tried hot wax. I have tried cold wax. I'm telling you, do not use.
But it works well from my experience.
Because I have a feeling that I've never seen it. I never looked at it, but like I have a feeling that if you spread cheeks, you remember like Little Shop of Horror, Feed Me Seymour. Remember that? God. Remember that plant? I think it would look like that. I really do. I don't understand why.
I do love scented oils too, by the way. Brian PC. I definitely I love lavender. I love a lot of scented oils. I do.
Little Shop of Horror.
Yes. Feed me, Yashir. Feed me.
Little Shop of Horror. Little Shop of Horror.
Of course, to be honest, and this is kind of a joke, but I guess with Ryan, it would be more like an edge trimmer.
Yeah, you might have to bring out the heavy tools for this. Heavy machinery.
Little Shop of Horror. The Little Shop of Horror.
Yeah, I tried developatory cream for the face, and you want to know what? That made my skin break out so bad, I couldn't. I still got 2 tubes of stupid crap in my
oh my God, I don't think you're supposed to put hair removal.
Never use again.
Boy, here we go again.
Yeah, you definitely.
I haven't got much left. Just give me a few days to heal, okay? Then we'll start again on the left hand and me.
Hi, Hammer.
I beg your pardon?
Feed me!
You talked. Here. What's going on? You open your trap. You thing and you say,
feed me, Cobble, feed me now!
I can't. I'm starving. Look, maybe I can squeeze a little more out of this one. More. There isn't any more. What do you want me to do? Slit my wrists? Oh boy. Look, I got an idea. I'm gonna go down to Schmendrick's and pick you up some nice chopped sirloin.
Must be blood.
Tooey, that's disgusting. Must be fresh. I don't want to hear this. Does it have to be human? Does it have to be mine?
That's how I assume all this gay stuff goes down.
Oh my God. You're right.
Birds is.
Little Shop of Horrors playing. Oh yeah, that's a interesting story.
Little Shop of Horror.
Yeah, I have 2 containers of defilatory cream for the face. Damn it. No more. No. Once was enough. Thank you very much. I would never use that shit again. No way.
Yeah, not in your face, Michelle.
And it was formulated for the face specifically, and it.
Oh, oof.
It was so cruel to my poor skin. I couldn't handle it.
Your alabaster.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with that stuff, and I even what I'm doing is not recommended.
Really? I thought it was specifically meant for that.
And then I tried some
you
stuff
would think
that was
since it's called NADS
for other parts of my body, and it was like from my legs, and it was like yeah, my legs were just as bad as my face. They were actually bleeding when I was done. I was like, no more.
Bergs
Have you ever been tempted to like take a match or like a lighter down there and just burn it all off?
No.
And then you do it and you realize that it stinks for like about a week.
Oh, house will stink for about a week. Oh my god!
He's saying this from experience.
I like to think about things before I do them, like what might happen.
Well, don't ever do that.
The Little Shop of Horror.
You want to see some more Little Shop of Horror? Sure.
No, but you certainly was a little Shop of Horror when you saw my bathroom after I did that with the debilitated green.
Missy Mo. Feed me all
Easy on the movies, noodles.
You can
Noodles,
do
knock it off.
it. Feed me your share. Feed me all night long.
Hello, Miss Anthropic. How are you doing today?
Little Shop of Horror.
Hi, Anne. Hi, Tina.
I could see Tina playing the plant from Little Shop of Horror, but like feed me. Now!
I can see if Tina had the plant from Little Shop of Horrors, I think the plant would probably take her whole body as lunch.
Feed me now.
Well, thank you for the follow over there on make sure I got this right there. Botrix on Kick. Thank you for the follower. We have Drusky5678. Okay, thank you very much for joining us, Drusky5678 on Kick. We're also looking for people to join us on Twitch as well. If you want to be on Twitch, it's easy. Name over there is Bichela on Twitch. Bichela on Twitch. As it is on Kick.
Hey, you sure? Who shaves your face? You have like perfect, you have perfect facial hair.
The barbershop.
Oh, okay. What do you go like once a week?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I don't have money for that. How much does that cost you?
Speaking of hair appointment, I got mine next week too. Next Thursday.
Yeah, Michelle, your roots were fucking incredibly dark on the live stream. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, my roots are growing very dark.
Feed me now.
You can see some of them right here now. You can see the little hairs underneath my blonde hairs. Coming out like little ghosts. Yeah, that's my roots for you.
So M60, where are you getting all these followers from? From Girl World or what?
Yeah, at the moment.
Oh, you in Girl World too? So am I. It seems like I'm getting some people coming in from there. Yes, and we all know Drama Witch has been stirring on my show. So yeah, Drama Witch has been talking about me.
Feed me Now,
Michelle, you don't want to be part of girl world. I promise you that.
Yeah. So how do you dodge all the venom over there?
girl world.
He probably
honestly,
has a refrigerator full of drama anti-venom in his refrigerator.
Exactly. I mean, they just like, I usually just try to make good enough arguments that they can't argue with it. But I mean, it's not like I haven't been getting bullshit from people over there.
Feed me now.
I mean, that witch ended up calling me a pedophile multiple times.
Oh my god.
And doxing people that commented on my M60 channel. So
saying.
You ever think about sending her like money for drugs or like encouraging her to do more drugs so she'll
No, I'm not sick in the head like that, Noodles.
Because sometimes
if I could, I would send her to therapy or to rehab. Like, what do you mean?
Like, don't you think it would benefit all of humanity if she got addicted to like fentanyl or something like that?
No, you don't think she's crazy enough as it is?
I think that fentanyl might actually help her. She might go to sleep for a very, 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 very long time. M60.
Oh my god.
Feed me now.
Feed me, yeah, feed me. Oh, that no.
Is all the woman in girl world all drama based? I mean, is there any of them that are based on real world issues, or did they just do the drama YouTube stuff?
It's all drama based. It's making fun of overweight women. That's pretty much the whole premise. But,
some of them
then
are
everybody starts fighting with each other.
I would have been perfect over there, dude. I would have been perfect.
I won't be on there. I won't.
Well, I'm on Girl World's Discord, and I'm not even.
As well.
I mean, I saw some of the women in Girl World. They're way bigger than me. But I mean, I'm over there. Compared to them, I'm a stick.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a good thing.
Michelle would be a skinny legend over there.
I think it's only because you're like 6'2", Michelle.
And that's 6'2".
Like if you were shorter, you'd be.
But
a lot
I am
wider.
taller than Noodles, and you saw
these
that.
women are all bedbound. They're all like 500 fucking pounds.
I'm gonna get back to work.
All right. See you later. Have a good day.
Sure.
Bye, bestie.
Okay. Bye, bestie. Aww. Bye, besties. Aww.
Those motherfuckers, man, what they did to that guy, I'm really pissed. I'm so fucking mad, man.
Yeah, Sheer went off on his own.
Yeah, David S. Vigman said it would cost him. Let me see if I got this right.
Phone number.
It would cost me $75 to take a lift to that donut shop in Avon. Uber's over $85, and Waymo is more like $100. Yeah, but make sure you buy lots of donuts to take home to justify the cost.
Wow, you want to go back there, Michelle, huh?
Maybe I definitely would go back there. For me, it would be about 50 to go back by myself. But if I mean seriously, if you really wanted to make it worth your time, kind of like the old Dunkin' Donuts is worth the trip, this is what I would do. Schedule ahead and get a couple dozen donuts boxes made, ready to go, and that would give them time to prep it up because they make them fresh. They are literally made fresh right there in the back.
You're not going to be able to eat that many.
Tiger, I'm telling you.
No one said you had to eat them all at once, Tiger.
I could have ate that whole fucking box. No problem.
They don't last forever. I would imagine.
They don't. No, they don't. Yes, you could.
They wouldn't be so soft even.
They wouldn't be so soft a couple of days later. No, that's absolutely true. But if you really wanted to make it worth the cost, I guess that's what you would do. Then freeze them all, but then they'd probably be like hockey pucks by the time you get them out. But that's not the restaurant's fault. It's just the nature of it. But if you really want to go for a one-day trip, maybe you're going to Avon for something else. Maybe you're going to go to a couple different stores. Why not? You know.
Hey,
drop
Michelle,
me
whatever
off
happened to
here. And
Femulous? Is Femulous coming here or what?
what's that?
Femulous. I thought Femulous was going to show up.
Femias didn't actually schedule a day, but we're working on it. I think she's kind of skeptical because I don't think she really knows much about my content to the point where.
Yeah, have you talked to her yet? Because we did talk to her the other day, actually, in Keldo's stream.
Yeah, I did talk to her in email. Yeah, and so it sounds like she'd be willing to do it.
Oh.
But she doesn't know when.
Is she, M60? Is she scared that like people are gonna think she's making fun of Michelle?
No, no. I just wanted to.
I don't think she's trying to make fun of me. I mean, she
on.
might try because that's her nature, but I think once she gets to know in a way that we're not that different. I mean, we're both kind of got our own issues, but I don't know how she really would feel about poking fun at me.
Specifically about, a certain witch making up conspiracy theories about it.
Oh, yes, the drama witch. Let's not forget the drama witch, shall we? Yeah.
You say all this, Michelle, but she's modded on all of her accounts in your...
No, she's not modded on my channel. Yes, she is.
Yeah, Lumi,
oh, yeah,
she's
she
on
is. Yeah,
Michelle's.
But on Michelle's channel, she's a mod too, because everybody that we feel needs, protection is given them wrench to provide protection from other people trying to remove
Right,
people.
but doesn't that just go away what you just said?
And so it's really kind of hard. Me and Michelle tried to figure this out. Is there are people that block people just because they don't like the color of their skin, and then we have.
Oh my God, Michelle!
That you don't have just because you block somebody, that doesn't mean that's the reason.
No, but you know what I mean, though. You get it, M60. You know as well as I do what it means. It's the fact is that there are people that get blocked.
Yeah, don't.
Sometimes
Michelle,
for no
stop
reason
being scared
other
of
than
her.
the fact that they just
It
show
is
up.
like she's scared of her, isn't it?
I mean, I don't blame her, but yeah, stop being scared of her.
I'm not scared of her. I mean, and I hope that Femyaz is not scared of me. I don't want anyone to be scared of me. I am a very decent person.
I don't think she is.
But when she did get back to me, she was a little nervous because I think she was afraid that I was going to poke fun at her. And I'm not the kind of person to lampoon anybody.
Nah, I don't. Michelle, I think Femya is very open for a lot of things, and if it's because of certain,
well, Drama Witch does not know that I'm talking to Femyaz.
Like I said, just Keldos knows her fairly well, and so we just want to let her know what Michelle was about. But yeah,
I even sent that a link to Femyaz about Leah J. Miller's video, so that maybe she could bring it up on her own channel, because I think she, which works with the trans community, might be more.
Yeah, she reacts to stuff like that, I believe.
Yeah. I hope she does. I want to hear her take on it. I really do. I am obviously subscribed to her channel, so I will hear her take one way or another. I will find it. She will definitely speak up. Because I think she's probably surprised. Why would an intersex person give a flying fart about us? Because you were inspired us to help come out of the, closet, because it's bad enough that we feel like are marginalized because we're different enough that we see you guys as the flag bearers, and this is, like I said, with the gay community was very opening. Was an opening for the trans community. The trans community was opening for the intersex community. And so we are all in this boat together, no matter what. No matter who's the captain on the ship.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for you to network with some some more trans. There's some trans people.
Excuse me, David S. She actually uses her and them as her pronouns on her channel. So I will call her because that is the pronoun she chooses. Okay? It's on her own channel. She said pronouns are her and them. Okay? I will respect that.
David S. is right.
Now, y'all better not goddamn try to run off Michelle's friend here.
Listen, hussy. It's hussy. I don't hear anything out of you.
Motherfucker.
This hussy wannabe.
Respect is earned, not given.
I think she, Michelle. I think I talked to her for a little bit, Michelle, and
Getting signature.
there's nothing about that person that seems like they're
Just so that they know that it's you.
they're into torment you or anything like that, or even Justin for that matter.
Yeah.
They're very that person seems very responsible.
Yeah, that person is. I think Phineas is responsible. I think she's very aware.
I have a case of
her,
Cold Springs.
how she. I don't know how she feels about me personally. I think, given what has probably happened to her in the community over the many decades, filming on YouTube, she's probably is a little bit cautious. I don't blame her. Because YouTube is a hard room to work in. I have been here long enough to know that if you're unusual on YouTube, they paint a big circle on your back, say, kick me.
Now, we are talking about the trans streamer with the big boobs, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the blonde one, yeah.
What's that guy's name? What's that guy's name?
You mean Big Steve?
No, that guy she's talking about, that live stream, that boy. Who is that guy she's talking about?
Femiots.
So Femiots is that guy?
Noodles is the one that introduced me to her when she was talking about Slingshot Warrior, and then I wanted to know more about her because it sounded like she had something to say, and I wanted to learn a little more about her, so I reached out to her.
Big Steve did have a good point, though, Noodle. If you're going to be trans, you should be hot.
That was awesome. That was funny as hell. Well, Michael Nelson.
Well, have you seen her?
He goes, if you're going to be trans like a girl, you better be hot. Not ugly like that Milk John.
Yeah.
So Michael Nelson made that point, and I think that's what triggered Femyaz into hating Michael Nelson, but I don't know. Michelle thinks that Femyaz is attractive, so.
What do you think the odds of Femyaz becoming a couple, Michelle?
Speaking of Michael Nelson, he hasn't gotten back to me yet
Thank you.
either.
Happy Easter.
Shut up, Hammer. Shut up.
I'm trying to get people to come over here on the show and get on their shows. Like M60, I've been wanting to get on yours, but I haven't seen.
Yeah, Michelle, that'll never happen. You've never done before.
Well, I've been trying to get on your show first, Michelle.
Yeah. Well, you're on my
Michelle,
show
you're
now.
supposed to go to someone's channel in order to do
No,
that.
this doesn't count.
Michelle,
I don't know what the story is with her mammary glands are. I don't want to go there at this point. It's not.
Yeah,
the
probably
point.
a good idea.
But I do think that the community at large needs to stand in solidarity. I mean, I really strongly believe this. Because if they go after one of your groups, they're going to come after my group eventually. And the intersex community is really, really small. It's a really rare 1 in 5,000 babies. And very few of them are not converted early. I wasn't
Michelle,
converted.
you realize that the intersex community is as small as redheads on Plender. It's the same thing, Michelle.
Somewhat. But the point is then you start talking about the intersex community that is not converted. That's even smaller population.
The real intersex, not the fake ones.
Well, yeah, Michelle, if this is what you want to do with your channel, then do it, Michelle. Go. I told you this, Michelle. You should go to these rallies with us and
I would definitely go to rallies when they have the transportation noodles. You know, I'm going to speak up. I mean, I am part of the Purple Party. I mean, I'm not far left. I'm not far right. I'm near the smack dab in the center, but I am a Republican leaning. That doesn't make me mean that I see my view doesn't see some of the Democrat views don't exactly resonate, but some do. This is one of the ones that Leach's Miller's video does resonate with me personally, deeply. This bothers me.
Yeah, but Michelle, we try to get you involved with the Patriots group and all that stuff, and that was the whole point of that, Michelle, for you to go out and tell people about it.
Right, but we only went to a few sessions with that, and I'm
got banned. Got banned.
What, to tell Republicans to accept
I'm actually
trans
still
people?
talking. I'm still getting their invites.
Well, yeah, because we wanted a trans Republican group. They exist, and Michelle was.
Gay.
Well, I'm just saying.
This is why I vote libertarian. You're never going to change those assholes.
No, what happened was I got a phone call, right, about Michelle, and they said, so does she have access to, like, all these whatever? I'm like, yeah, she's pretty much, whatever. They were concerned that she was being taken advantage of, and I had to send them all this stuff, and this doctor called me, and I was like, listen, I'm not feeling comfortable with you guys, like, not feeling comfortable about this. And they told me to go to this place in Hackensack, and I asked Michelle if she wanted to do it, and she didn't seem like she wanted to.
So they didn't want her to come back to that place anymore? They wanted her to go to a different one?
They wanted her to go to a place that they think would be able to promote it. And it was the Patriots group in Hackensack. The one that we went to was the one in Paramus.
But they don't come back to this one?
To be honest, it's all a bunch of like old Asian people there. They barely spoke English. Jeff the Patriot wanted her back, and so
well, we can always try to go back, and what are they going to do? Kick us out again? We didn't even do anything wrong the first time.
They never kicked us out, Michelle. It's just, again, like, there are a bunch of like old people there, Michelle. It wasn't. I don't think it was.
Thank you very much, Brian PC. I try to keep a balanced view, Brian PC. I really do try.
So what you're saying is the compassionate right gave you the runaround?
No, it was, again, I think there was a bunch of Asian people there. No offense to Asian people, but like the language barrier, and then the fact that Michelle couldn't hear them, and she got up and started screaming about communism, and they got all scared.
To be fair, they didn't assault Michelle like the LGBTQ did to Noodles at their parade.
Right.
I mean, that did happen.
What did you do to deserve that, Noodles?
He wore a Trump bracelet, and they literally assaulted him for that. It's live. They have it on camera. It's on one of his live streams. He got assaulted.
Yeah, that's why I started doing those rallies, and I never got an apology. I reached out.
Rallies?
I go to the Patriot rallies.
Oh my god!
I went to two of them. I went to the Charlie Kirk one.
Yeah,
those gates are so aggressive.
And
too aggressive.
I spoke up also with the Charlie Kirk one as well, and if you go watch back the video I did the Charlie Kirk one, covered it live, the memorial, you could hear my comments I said. I don't know how people felt about that, but I really feel that this country's got to is getting too divided.
They kind of told me the same thing too about coming back to Paramus. They thought that I'd be better in Hackensack. So
So why don't we go to Hackensack? Let's find out what they got to say.
Because I met Fredo, and we can just start hanging out in Jersey City, Michelle. It's just that Fredo keeps getting arrested. And I don't know if I want that heat.
We can't post any Fredo.
Yeah, he's been Michelle. Fredo has been like banned from every social media platform.
Well, I'm not Frito. I'm not even Frito-Lay, for that matter.
He's not Fredo. He's not Fredo.
You know, I'm not going to get you arrested. I'm not that kind of a person.
No, I'm not saying you would. It's just, again, Michelle. I don't want to put anyone in that situation. He's like hardcore, Michelle.
I know.
It's like hardcore porn. Like
the hardcore on both sides of this aisle. They just are. But then there's people like me that are kind of in the middle. We're not trying to, disrupt anything. We're just trying to look at it from both sides and see, could we find a balance that works?
No. If you want to try it again, Michelle, the weather is getting better, and Fredo keeps inviting me to these things, and you could be very big in Hoboken, Michelle.
I probably could
Hoboken
be.
might love it. Yeah.
She's big anywhere.
No, but she might actually take off in Hoboken. And not only that, they have living facilities out there, Michelle, that we might get you hooked up in, so we don't have to keep traveling.
Well, what is living facilities going to do with speaking at a political rally?
Well, it's just that we can get you to stay there overnight instead of having to drive you back and forth to Connecticut.
Oh, you mean like we could stay like the hotel we're going to be staying at for the Vintage Computer Fest?
You could live there, is what he's saying. So that way you can always
right,
go.
I get that. So you're saying is you want me to have an apartment here and there at the same time? Well, we need to.
No, he just wants to move there.
Michelle, it could be a facility for you to stay at when you're up here.
Oh yeah, I could always get an extended stay hotel room. Yeah.
No, but Michelle, this would be free. They would allow you to do it as long as you went to their rallies and whatever. They would hook you up with a place to stay.
Yeah,
so if
right.
we had to bring you into Manhattan or something.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get some talking points going on with these people and see what they say.
Don't talk about movie noodles. She'll get upset.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like Manhattan. I'm sorry, news. You might love that city, but I think it's sad, depressing.
A shithole.
Yes, a shithole. And literally,
like that if it's a shithole? Don't they like shitholes?
And when we were walking by, and we were walking outside of Times Square one night, and it literally was a shithole because steam and poop were mixing together outside of Times Square. I was
my God.
Man. What
you see they leave the trash out on the sidewalk, too?
Oh, yes, they did.
Fucking
Of course,
monster.
Noodles is assessing it as a former trash hauler. I was like, good grief. All right,
well, Michelle, again, this is something that you might be interested in. It might be your passion. You might be able to bring awareness to the intersex community through this, Michelle. And you might actually get accolades from your Fuhrer, Donald Trump.
The Fuhrer.
Well, I mean, there are things that Trump has done which I do agree with Leja on, but that I kind of question. Like I said, the tariffs was like putting the cart before the horse, because I think they made a mistake by doing that. In fact, I had a long conversation with Grok over this. Well, if I was to run for president based on my face, my documents, I'll send it to you, Noodles. Unfortunately, I know that you have a hard time reading all that text because it's like a mile long. But basically,
I'm telling you right now, I'm not reading that. I refuse to.
You have a hard time reading anything.
You had a conversation with Google.
You just tell me, like, I don't understand.
Okay, so let me give you a short summary.
Why am I going to read anything?
All right, so let me give you a short 1 or 2 paragraph summary. Basically, I am kind of a Republican, but I have a very strong Druid green slant to me.
Oh my God. You're Jewish?
I'm Druid, which is like Green Party, but more actively involved with the trees and plants, animals, and things like that. So there's a good chance that the RNC would basically not be likely to endorse me, my campaign. And I definitely would have Jill Stein in my cabinet. She might like that. She might hate that, but Jill Stein has got
that's what I was going to say is if you're going to get involved, then maybe there's better parties out there than Republicans.
Yes, well, but you know what the problem is the way our political system in this country is set up, M60, only those two really get on the ballots.
Michelle, this isn't a Republican party. This is an individual party, like individualism and not being told that, you can't do something based on
that's definitely that's also kind of similar to libertarian as well. But as M60 can verify, the biggest problem is the Electoral College primarily focuses on the Republicans and the Democrats.
I mean, it's true, but I disagree. I think if more people would just nut up and vote for third parties, then we wouldn't have a two-party system. Like the Republican Party was a third party at one point.
Right. But if you ever look at the Electoral College, it's almost always divided between the two parties.
Well, yeah, because that's just how people vote, because they constantly tell everybody, don't waste your time with the third party. So people just think they only have two options to pick from.
Yes, absolutely. That's true, Brian PC. It's exactly what a druid was.
It's very deficient, it's I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's
I definitely say
you know what sucks about libertarianism is that it makes total sense. You realize at one point that the people that you're trying to pander to don't want it to make sense. So, for instance, if Ron Paul talks about abortions as being you're taking care of a baby and a woman, all of a sudden they lose interest. They hate it. You cannot make sense to these people, or else it's
well, and that's probably one of the more contentious issues amongst libertarians is abortion. But yeah, I mean, the thing was, he didn't even run that much as a libertarian, as much as he kept saying, this is something that states handle. If you think that murder, or if you think abortion is murder, then that's an issue for states. It's a crime.
Right.
Who deals with it, not the federal government.
Right. So that's exactly what Donald Trump did. And it's you can't win. People are
of course people are going to have a problem with it if it's taken out of their state.
Yeah, but we all agree, right? It's a state's issue, right?
Sure, I agree with that.
Right. So what did Donald Trump do? He said we're gonna leave it up to the states to decide what they want to do with it. They did, and everyone's complaining about it. Like Donald Trump is like a fucking a dictator. They would have done the same thing to this guy, Ron Paul. Ron Paul would have been a fucking would have been a great president in my opinion, and they fucking
I agree, but you people don't deserve him.
Well,
you had your goddamn chance.
No, my point is that they would never elect him because of that, and they finally elected someone that was kind of close to it, and you see what happens. They tried killing him. They would have killed Ron Paul. That's all I'm saying.
How in the fuck do you think Trump is anything like Ron Paul?
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. Do you think we would be? Do you think we'd be bombing Iran right now?
It depends. I think that Ron Paul took
Do you think we would be kissing ass to Netanyahu right now?
It depends. I don't know. I know this, that Ron Paul wouldn't put up with another country trying to intimidate us, and he would use the powers of the military to stop them from doing that. He wouldn't
care about intimidating. He would give a but if something happened, he would do something. That's what the law dictates. But I mean, no, that was the real promise of all of that, and that was the promise that Trump wanted to make, was that we wouldn't be getting involved in foreign conflicts. We've got no business being in the Middle East.
Well, I'll say this. That if I was wrong, if I voted for Ron Paul, one of the reasons why I would have voted for the guy was not to get into conflicts over oil. It would have been over threatening or intimidation or anything like that.
Why?
I think that's what being
They're
American is all
thousands
about.
of miles away. They can't even like make enough gasoline for their people. Like, let alone try to bomb us. Like, what do you think?
Explain 9/11. I mean, if 9/11 didn't happen, would you be saying,
explain 9/11? Do you know you want to know why 9/11 happened?
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna bring up conspiracy theory. Come on.
No, because fucking FAA regulations wouldn't allow the pilots to carry guns on board. If they had not had that shit, they could have had a gun on board. They could have actually defended the passengers on that plane.
My point is that if this was 2000, you'd have said Al Qaeda can't do anything to us. They're thousands of miles away. They can. They absolutely can, guys. I mean, I'm just saying, all right. And if I was a libertarian president, that's what I would be saying. I'm saying, you want to threaten the United States, we're going to kill you. We're not going to allow this to happen. And we're going to use all the money and resources to destroy you and your people, and that's it.
Well, the way I see it is, let's talk about what my platform would have been focusing on, because it's. The first thing is, I would definitely try to find the solutions to the homeless population. I definitely
Michelle,
would.
I think they could change. I think they could change that. They could fix that real quick. And here's the thing with homeless people.
We have all this abandoned, vacant government, old former military residential housing bases. Why aren't we reusing this?
Because Michelle, they have to separate the homeless people from the crazy people. They can't do that. They haven't done it.
They would have to have. We'd also have to make sure that those that need assistance could get that assistance. Absolutely true. There is definitely two groups, right?
I know you guys make fun. I know you guys make fun of New York City, but to be honest with you, there's tons of housing for homeless people. You want to know the reason why they're not in housing, Michelle? Because they can't follow rules. They refuse to come in at night. They refuse to not drink or have parties or whatever.
That's true.
And they get kicked out. That's the truth. There's tons of money for homeless people in New York City. Again, they choose to live outdoors because they're dealing with either mental illness, substance abuse issues, and housing is not the right fit for them.
Now, what's the solution? We both agree with they need intervention, but what kind of intervention services are being available? Because I know that I wanted to get therapy locally. I want to find out there was no therapist that took my insurance plan. Tell me how that is going to solve a problem. Especially if you're homeless, you don't even have insurance. Most likely, if you're lucky, you even have a job. You might have a job, but not have insurance that covers that. Some people do want treatment, but cannot get it. Either there's a lack of open therapists or whatever. And so how do you solve that one? I mean, the other ones are homeless because of no fault of their own, like a rent guy.
I say this, Michelle: open up state institutions again, and I would take all the money that we're using to house these people and actually invest it in a housing program in an institution where they could be observed and taken care of. And if they can't live in society without the medication, Michelle, they have to take the medication. And they have to be observed, and that's a whole other fucking thing.
Absolutely, I agree with you. That's one of the reasons why they're closing in the mental asylum.
I mean, that's how is she supposed to do it, though, dude? I mean, think about it. New York City is the perfect example. Go take a stroll in New York City, and you will see tons of people that are being ignored, dude.
I agree with getting rid of the incentives. Then why isn't
Kathy Hochul doing anything about it? Because she can't, because she don't got the money. There you go.
Because there's no such thing as a crazy person anymore, Michelle. Everybody's sick, and they need fucking this, that.
Oh, that's another thing we need to stop.
I agree with getting rid of the incentives, but you can't just spy on people 24/7 and lock them up in a facility.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
But we also need to remove the mental health stigma.
They're a threat to society.
We need to remove the mental health
why are they a
stigma
threat
as
to
well.
society? Who's a threat to society?
Okay, so if you, let's say there's a homeless guy in the subway and he's accosting people or maybe assaulting people, we throw them in jail, right?
Right.
And that's it. That's it.
Well, accosting
When the
is
real root of the problem.
Accosting is completely different than
They
assault.
go to jail and they're fucking stuck there until they get out and they're still crazy, and then they come out again and they're crazy.
I mean, I agree with you that maybe there should be more rehabilitation with jails, but like again, you're talking about locking people up in mental facilities. Like, I mean,
I don't know how else to do it. I'm just saying, like Michelle said, there's all these facilities that are debunked, that are closed down. They're just sitting there. I do it out in Rockland County. I showed everyone acres and acres, dude, houses out there that are condemned. And they could just open these places up, have people living there, create jobs. These people are allowed to walk around the facilities. There's shops there. There's everything. And they're getting care that they need.
Right.
And it's
that
actually
care
protecting the
should
public.
be available to anybody. Anybody, not just somebody's. Look, Noodles, let's be honest. Homelessness is a major stressor for anyone. But if you need help, you should be able to get that help. No matter what. There should not be a stigma. There should not be stigmatized any more than diabetes is stigmatized.
Unfortunately, Michelle, in this country, and especially in New York City, it has more to do with your gender, your sexual orientation, and the color of your skin rather than the fact that you might be mentally ill. I'm telling you. Cassandra, for instance, got free housing because she is a female and she's also Latina. That brought her up to the fucking top of the friggin' whatever.
You're right. They did.
I don't believe that.
Dude, she's 20-something years old.
Free housing
homeless
in New York?
All right, so this is how it works, right? They have... Oh my God, she's calling again. I swear to God. I'm not even kidding.
Well, I'll say one thing, Parasolo. You might be able to live out that, but because of the grants,
she's fucking calling again.
Grants Point, Supreme Court ruling, they can criminalize you for doing that. That's the problem. Grants Point's constitutional argument in the Supreme Court that they won makes it illegal for a community to charge you as a criminal because you're homeless. That is where the problem is.
I just don't think putting people in a funny farm for the government to observe them is a good idea.
No, it's not. Not really. I mean, it depends on the situation. Some would actually willingly go through that if they can get the help they need. That's absolutely fine. I mean, we also need to remove the mental health stigma. I mean, we were talking earlier about the homosexual gay community. For a long time, that was a stigma too. Now we don't see it as that anymore. But mental health is the same thing as hearing, eyesight, dental. These are a part of you. This is a medical situation. There should not be stigma to it. You should not have to feel uncomfortable to say to your spouse, I got to go to my therapist today. No, that's fine. You go to your therapist just like you go to your diabetic doctor. There's nothing wrong with that.
Which I don't have, by the way, thank God.
I just think the biggest issue is we need to figure out healthcare in this country because that's probably the biggest thing keeping anybody from actually getting help.
Well, I'll say this, that if you're working full-time job, right, and you can't get access to good healthcare, there's something wrong. And there's a lot of people out there that have to pay a premium or a copay of $3,000.
Yes,
just
that's
to get
a problem.
it's ridiculous. And that's the insurance company. The insurance companies are doing that. That's disgusting.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I do kind of support the National Health Service in the UK as a concept, but even that's got problems too.
Yeah, I don't even like the idea of free healthcare, but at the same fucking time, like the way it is now, like I'm paying like nearly $200 a month for health insurance.
Yeah, and how much you have to pay
and
when you go to the hospital. How much do you have to pay when you go to the doctor?
I mean, it's actually pretty decent. I only pay like I don't pay anything when I go to see my primary care, but if I go to urgent care, I pay like $5. So I mean, the insurance itself is decent, but I mean, it's still $200 like after my Obamacare subsidies and everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I look at it like this: the insurance that I pay for is like catastrophic. Like, so if I end up getting into like a car accident, break a bunch of bones or something like that, it won't bankrupt me. That's the only way I could look at it as a positive. It's kind of gross. I should be. I want to get a fucking blood panel done. Right? It's going to cost me $3,000. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
That's another real problem is the insurance costs, but also the cost of procedures is outrageous.
And then dental, I have to get a tooth pulled and shit. That's going to cost me like $2,500 and shit. So, yeah.
I mean, you can't afford. I don't know if you can afford that
I'm
or
where
not,
you
but
are with the tooth thing. Trust me, I get it. Oh, my nerves certainly get it. Yes.
No, I've been putting it off. This economy's been shit, and the fucking health insurance.
Absolutely.
It's been ridiculous.
It's not like if it was back in, say, mid-90s. I'm just going to use the 90s. Just as...
even the early 2000s, I didn't have to deal with this. The early 2000s, it was like it was wonderful. I'd go in there with $20 and get anything see a doctor, $20. That was it. It's fucking great.
Ever since this Affordable Care Act was passed, it certainly has become Unaffordable Care Act.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so what was the whole point of it? It doesn't solve anything. It's just broken. And as I said, the costs, the procedures. Does it really cost that much money to pull a tooth? No. What? Some Novocaine and a dentist, a little bit of time? That's it. Boop, tooth gone. Oh, here, please pay me $250 when you leave. What?
I had to beg and plead. The dentist I've been going to since I was a teenager to extract the tooth, and he knew I was in pain. That's the only reason why I did it, right? Because there was no other thing he could do. And he told me, he goes, listen, I'm doing this because I know if I send you somewhere else, they're going to make you wait, whatever. He goes, you have an abscess in there. We got to get it out. He goes, I don't do this. And he's like, Dave, I need you to sign all these fucking waivers because there's a chance, right, that you can lose feeling of your face, etc. And he goes, if that happens, I'm fucked. Like, what do you mean? He's like, if that happens, he goes, I lose my fucking practice. I lose everything. These doctors have everything to lose too.
Absolutely,
I don't know when that
because
changed.
they have to pay for their malpractice insurance, so they're getting insurance out of
more
their
government
too.
regulation.
I feel bad.
And the government regulations on top does not help. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
And the fact that the guy had to do something that was like sort of like illegal to help me out, to make me feel better, to make sure that I didn't that's fucking insane. That's crazy to me.
Doctors know what's up. The insurance companies know what's up. Everybody knows what's up except goddamn Congress.
Yeah, they're behind the times so far. They think
it's like these assholes that you elect to represent you, right? They're making, let's say, the average of what is it, 170 a year for a representative in your state. Let's say the average income in your state. Look at that. Look at the fucking difference. How can they represent you? They make double or sometimes triple what everyone's making the average in that state.
Exactly.
It's so fucking dumb.
And you know what? They represent the top of the 1%. I mean, in your area, not the average John and Jane Doe public that makes, say, about $75,000 a year. Those are the people that we have in Congress. They would be the true representatives. But the truth is, we know, Noodles, they can't afford to run the office. It's too expensive.
Michelle, I listen. I can't even afford to go sometimes to these rallies. I don't know how these people are affording to go to any of this crap. You have to be either retired or a complete delinquent to go to any friggin' rally and complain about the government or anything like that.
But you know what the sad truth is? A lot of us feel like we're
Wednesdays.
spitting in the wind, basically. Because we know that the saliva is going to come right back at us again. That's the sad truth. That's where YouTube could be a powerful tool if we used it for the proper things. And Drama Witch should know that. If she really truly believes in what she's saying, then she could have done the same thing. She's got a big enough mouth. She could have someone out there. She could have started screaming from the rooftops about unfairness and all this. She hasn't done that. And the same thing with a lot of these other drama groups. They could have done something positive, but instead they're just wasting time. Well, the average American person looks at the representatives in Congress. Going to go back to them real quick. These guys are lawyers. They went to law school. They got the degrees. And that they say, I'm here to represent you. What? One person representing, say, about 150,000 people? Yeah. Really? Well, what about the one in the far corner, the one little person that just barely makes, on an individual basis on Social Security, $19,000 a year? Do you represent them too? Yes. Do you listen to them? No. I just have my aide just record the message and then throw it in the garbage can. Because she's not important because she doesn't donate. Yes, we're having a good day, hammer nails. So, yeah, the gas prices have gone up in Connecticut. It's almost $4. It was
Michelle. I saw it at the fucking the Citco down the street from Cumbies. Cumbies is the cheapest.
Yeah. Yeah, gas is expensive. I mean, Connecticut going up. Don't forget, there's a lot of local sales taxes on that gas, too. Something that needs to be considered. So yeah. So like they say you represent you, but that the truth is they don't even understand what your worries are because they're living in ivory tower and yet at the same time they're looking for sponsors that have got big bucks in their pockets, which means the super PACs. And that means that your voice isn't being heard, but the super PACs getting all their ears.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's important that the homosexuals out there stop with this shit. I mean, it's like you're trying to create a monster out of something that doesn't exist, and it's like, you know, it's like fuck, man.
I thought we already established it wasn't the homosexuals; it was the Karens.
Yeah, I know, but they're acting like Karens. Like that's how they get their money.
Well, there's some that do. There are some that do.
Noodles. Let people get their bag.
I know, I get it. Do your thing. But don't force people into doing this. This is crazy. Like I'm all for it. In fact, here's the thing, right? If I was to create anything, right, like a law, I would make it so that you wouldn't be able to ever tell someone that they're a fucking homophobe or a fucking racist. That's how far I would go.
You wouldn't go far enough because they'd find a
First
loophole.
Amendment.
People find
no. I mean, as far as
loophole, it's the First Amendment. What do you mean?
As far as prosecuting someone for that, like people go to jail for that shit.
That is how is that free speech?
No, what I'm saying to you is you shouldn't be able to prosecute someone over being a fucking homophobe or racist.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
You can't prosecute someone for being a homophobe or a racist. There's hate
crimes. There's hate crimes.
Okay, but hate crimes have to be attached to an actual crime.
Right.
Yeah, but there shouldn't be hate crimes. There should be crimes.
They are crimes, but then
there are crimes. Like you're not.
Hate crimes are completely
crime
different.
is not like you called somebody the N-word. That's not what a hate crime is. A
No.
hate crime is when you murder somebody while calling them the N-word. Does that help?
Yeah, that shouldn't be it. That shouldn't be it. That shouldn't exist. Crime is a crime.
By the way, don't forget to like and share,
it shouldn't be more
guys.
of a thing.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Well, I mean that's fine, I guess, but I'm just saying,
you know what I'm talking about, right? So, like, let's say someone comes in your house, right, and steals something from your house. I don't care why they did it.
Do you think that we should punish criminals less harshly, or I'm sorry, equally as harshly if they offend on a child versus if the victim involved is a child in the crime, whatever the crime may be?
I think that there are people out there that cannot consent, right? And I think that those people should be represented differently.
That's fine. So you do think some crimes should be prosecuted differently based on the target, right?
If you are not a real human being, all right, and you know what I mean by that.
So
yes,
approximately, Brian PC,
I don't know what. No, I don't know.
You're paying about $4.50 for a gallon of gas. Considering
If
it's
the
about
victim-
3-something liters to a gallon. Actually, more than 3.62. All right, you want to get actual perfect? That's $6 for a gallon of gas in the UK.
I mean, you could make the same argument about the elderly. If somebody's like beating up old people, do you think they should be treated more harshly because they're beating up old people as opposed to beating up people of their own age?
Well, I mean, are they invalids?
That doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Is like, are you willing to discriminate on the crime based on who the target is, who the victim is?
No, it depends. If they are incapable of being an actual human being, a citizen like me or you or anything like that, then they're going to be represented differently. If not,
so you do believe in hate crimes?
No. Black people, gays, they're all represented equally.
What about disabled people?
Disabled people have to be represented differently.
Right.
Because they're not real human beings.
Wait, why would you say disabled people?
Not why.
Well, I think it depends on the disability, but why would they necessarily need to be seen as different for the most part? Because
Michelle, listen. Let's say the world revolved around reading, and I needed to live a life reading stuff, and I couldn't do it. Then I would have to be represented a little bit differently from someone like M60.
But I'm not even talking about representation. I'm talking about the severity of a punishment for a crime.
Yeah, I'm talking about being represented in court. Like, so when you're represented in court,
what does that have to do with being represented?
If you're a gay person in court and someone calls you a faggot, right, and punches you, I mean, who cares? It's the same fucking crime.
It's assault. That's why.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just assault. That's it.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. You're not going to get arrested or be charged for anything just for calling me the F word. That was kind of my point.
That's not
but
true.
You do believe in selective punishment depending on who the victim is.
But I do believe in hate crimes.
No, I believe in people being represented differently. If they're retarded or whatever, they should be represented differently.
It doesn't have to do with representation.
Yes, it does. When you
guys, let me just answer Brian PC's question. He's talking about rationing of fuel in the UK. It's happening in the United States for similar reasons. Because a major pipeline in the United States, Colonial Pipeline, as it was in 2001, has been cyber attacked again. Gasoline is not flowing from the ports to the East Coast. Stations are afraid they may not have enough fuel, so stations are rationing gasoline in the United States because of the Colonial Pipeline. So it is a thing here too. Now we'll go back to our regular schedule flamethrowing.
If you are a retard, right, you'll be represented differently, and you know that's true.
I'm not talking about representation. I don't know why you keep trying to bring it back to this.
Okay, when you go to court, right? When you go to court and you have to face certain accusations or whatever, right? They bring all this stuff into account. Your cause for community. Are you retarded? Or are you this, etc. Gay people are not retarded.
That's
some
not
gay people might be.
what that looks like.
And they don't get special treatment. Either should black people.
But retarded people should? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, because they cannot function in society.
Well, then you believe in hate crimes, then?
No.
No, he believes in pigeonholing people into little boxes.
No matter how retarded your logic may be here, Noodles, you believe in hate crimes.
No, I don't. I believe in crimes.
M60, what it is Noodles believes in pigeonholing people into little boxes. That's what he's doing. That's what he's saying. Is he believes everybody needs to be put in little boxes.
No, Michelle, I'm just saying there's representation in court when you get brought in court.
When you're represented in court,
the only person or the only people that should be represented differently are
it's
retarded
not
people.
about representation. I'm asking you if the punishment should be more severe.
Should the punishment be more severe? Let's get back to that.
No, it shouldn't be.
If, for example, if somebody assaults an elderly man, should he receive more severe punishment for attacking a young adult about his age, his own age group? That's what we're getting at. It's not so much representing the older man in the courtroom.
Fine. That's totally fair. I'm just saying, I think we all have biases.
Yeah, I would get rid of all that crap.
Thank you so much for the follow. My goodness. Thank you so much for the follow over there and Kick. I appreciate it. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
I don't think it benefits anyone to be labeled like a special human being, especially when they're not special, because they're either sucking a dick or they're not, or they have a certain color skin or whatever. It's like that's ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? I can understand if something was being taken away. I'll say this.
Noodles, has nobody made you feel special lately?
Why would you say that?
Because you are special. We're all special.
No. You know what I'm talking about. It's sad.
I know the definition of the word special, and I think we're all very special.
Oh
yes,
God.
we are special. We're all unique. That's what makes us...
Exactly.
Michelle,
what makes us all equal is the fact that we are all different.
Oh my God. So then no one should get special treatment. Should get treated the same.
I agree with you. I agree with you actually on that. I don't think people should get special treatment because we're all equal, because we're all different.
And
we've all got our own
Americans with
limitations.
Disability Acts is
whatever.
that yes, the courts do address the fact that some of the defendants and some of the need help with certain things. That is specified in the Americans with Disabilities Act.
And I think
which is related to what you were talking about, Noodles.
It is up to us to be more compassionate to those that we see that are in need. But I think that's a personal thing, you know?
Yes, you shouldn't be forced. And that's my point. So for instance, like Ross Perot, which I think, doesn't get enough accolades for this. He even said, he goes, I want people to be racist. I want them to fucking show their true colors. And in business and in society, when you do that, nobody's going to support you. And those people will die off, and everything will, if love is truly the answer, then that's the answer. It will come, I don't understand why we need all these laws to fucking get all these people to friggin' bow down to something that they don't agree with. You don't agree with it, and you're part of society. Well, guess what? You're not gonna do good in society. Just that's how it is. I don't know. I don't know why people have to be forced into fucking believing shit.
I agree with not forcing them into it, but I also think that people have to be willing to take the first step before the government feels like it needs to.
No, they want the government to do this crap, and that's what's sad.
You know,
man.
once the government gets involved, everything basically goes out the window. You know that.
Yeah.
And I hate
then who's the real criminals?
Yeah. I hate blacks.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't get it, man. Like, seriously, like, I don't understand why people have to get so butthurt because somebody laughed at something inappropriate. I don't get it. I just, whatever.
No, I agree with you.
God,
sometimes, you know, we don't need to laugh at inappropriate moments, too.
No, I mean, like, I don't know. Sometimes maybe we do. Maybe that's the reason why we hate so much, because no one's laughing at this shit.
No one's laughing. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right there.
It's like everyone's
so fucking miserable.
Yeah, it's like I'm like this autistic asshole, so I'm gonna take everything. So you can't do that. You can't do that.
Oh, you've got to stop watching TikTok. That's the problem. You're getting brainwashed.
Let's see the cat wants
Dude, that's
a little
how it
bit
is.
TV time. How you doing, kitty cat?
Michelle, get this man off TikTok.
You can't do that. Well, you know what?
How am I supposed to get him off
TikTok?
He chooses to use that platform because he thinks YouTube basically left him for dead.
Well, it's not only that, Michelle. It's just, again, like, YouTube has given me the runaround for I don't know how many years.
I know.
Giving you the runaround about what? For what?
I don't know, for making jokes, for making Hitler art, for whatever, and then I got to battle them.
For things that you did and said?
Yeah, freedom of speech, dude.
Wow.
Like,
it's almost like... And their responses sound like freedom of speech, too. That seems like a tough position to be in.
Not when they hold all the cards. They have a position of power.
Oh, come on.
If I had a position of power and told you I didn't like what you were saying, all this gay stuff, and told you you couldn't say it, that would be completely different. I can tell you I don't like what you're saying. I don't like what you're saying, and I could say that I don't like what you're saying. I'm not restricting you from anything. They're restricting me from a worldwide platform.
You know what it is? There's
completely
somebody else came up with this quote. I don't
platform.
remember who came up with it, so I'm just gonna say the quote, and you guys can take it for where it's at. There's a concept we all call freedom of the press. Yes, the one who owns the press has access to it freely. That's the sad truth when you're a publisher. Yeah. Go ahead, Noodles. Explain your argument just so you understand it.
I'm just saying, like all these fucking people are just complaining fucking losers, and that's the most un-American thing you could ever be. I don't think people want to be American anymore. They want to be, seriously, they want to be like these like cocksucking communists, man. It's so weird.
Yeah, Rusty Cat's here. Big kitty. Big happy kitty with a tail in the air. Wow, yeah. Big happy cat.
And I get it, like you have to abide by rules, right? But I think the rules are kind of fucked up. That's all.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
And
that's the problem is the rules. You were over there defending the pigs at Stonewall. Do you think that we should still have drugs illegal or something?
No, I don't. Listen, I'm one of those people that believe that there's no. If I need drugs in my life, I'll decide when I need drugs in my life, and I don't think that the government should say, "Hey, Dave, you know what? This drug is better than another." I just think that there are people that make horrible decisions in life, and for some strange reason, we're all responsible for it. I don't think that's the case. And if you want to help someone, you should be you should help someone and at least get some fucking some benefit from it. Like, so for instance, like this Clothes for Community thing, I help out Michelle. I get no money for it. I don't get a tax break. I don't get anything. I don't get. All I do is get called a pedophile and fucking and what are they saying now, Michelle? I'm transporting you or something. Like,
I would say who's the one who make the worst community decisions is the ones that are sitting in office right now.
Well, Michelle, I mean,
the thing is that they got so much clout that they're the ones that make the worst decisions, and yet we can't even say to them you're full of it because they're the one who control everything. Look how long it took for us to finally get Mary Jane deschedulized. Oh my God, it's still being argued.
It should be legalized. Shut down the FDA. Fucking just stop this shit. Like all this fucking
and as
small
RFK
localized
has probably
federal
told you that
government.
there are certain foods the FDA approves which are definitely not healthy.
And what about machine guns? I want machine guns back. What is the point?
I need my red number 40.
Good question. Yeah, the red number 40 food dye. It's a good point. Yeah, exactly. There we go. So the whole idea
That's all this hate and bigotry does is lets the government control us more. That's my problem with it all.
Yeah. And the sad truth is when the government controls us, and some of them are the most out of touch of all.
And allow us to fucking punch people in the face again. Like Azria.
Noodles, shut up.
Don't talk about Drama Witch. She's not worth
it. I'm kidding. God. Like, again, we all know why we can't make fun of that. It's so ridiculous. I don't know, whatever.
I mean, what the FDA originally was intending to do when it was created was to make sure that you got stuff that was legitimate, not something that was snake oil. But you know what the truth is that they became just as bad as the snake oil salesman. Because they were manipulated by money.
And I think doctors should write me a script for blowjobs, or at least to get one from a girl.
What makes you think you get to pick?
Imagine that.
You get whatever the goddamn pharmacist has behind the counter.
You guys do know what the word that starts with F actually means, right? Fornication under the consent of the king, right? There you go. I just get you the prescription to go ahead and do what you're going to do. There. That's exactly what it used to be. That's what it meant in Germany. Believe it or not, I can't believe it's true.
That's an old Middle Eastern wives' tale.
I don't know if that's necessarily too false, though.
Maybe.
Wasn't there a rule, like back in the day, that if you were getting married and the king wanted to sleep with your wife before you guys actually got married, you could? Like, if you had a really hot wife and word got back to the king, he can bang your wife before you did.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot. I would do it.
Yeah, they are. In some states, even got tighter regulations.
You would let the king bang your wife?
No, I'd be the king. I'd be banging everyone's wife. Awesome.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be, though. There's only one king out of all of the people in the population. So statistically, your chances are pretty low.
Yeah, but you think I wouldn't be? I'd be a very good king. Very, very good.
Actually, Brian PC, I don't know what red number 40 would be as an E number. For those of you who don't know what an E number is, it's a the classifications of products in Europe under the EU is based on number of products. How
You think just because you look like Henry VIII, you could be Henry VIII?
Now I know who you are. Now I know exactly who you are.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Now I know who you are. It's fine. I have no problem with that. I thought that was funny. Well, I mean, who would you trust me at least a little bit to run your life?
No, I trust myself to run my life. That's what freedom is about.
Oh.
Right, exactly. I don't want some government official telling me how I'm supposed to run my life any more than you do.
Goddamn right.
For example, I mean, we've covered this on my show so many times, but I'll just keep it a more down-to-earth thing. If you are comfortable, and this all ties in with homeless, you want to be homeless, it's your choice to be homeless, go ahead. But don't go out there and start screaming if you're freezing your ass off. I'm not going to help you unless you want to come to me and ask me nicely, could you be able to give me a place to stay? Well, that's all different, right? If you're homeless because of something that, like the rent got too high or you couldn't find any place to go, I would have more empathy for you. But that's what I say.
I just think when you unravel most of these, regulations, the issues with the health insurance companies, I really think that, things will be a hell of a lot cheaper.
I agree.
Things will work themselves out. But instead, you have the government trying to price fix
money
shit.
When it comes to health insurance? Lawyers. They're the ones making the most amount of money. Oh, yes, the insurance companies which has lawyers. They're the ones that make money, not your doctor. He's got to pay He got to pay his malpractice. And his whole staff to weed through all the paperwork. If you could go to a doctor and he didn't have to deal with all the crazy bullshit, you're probably going to be seeing a tooth extraction that's probably only going to cost you maybe about $150.
What? Well.
No, she's right. We shouldn't be paying this fucking much money for healthcare. It's insane.
The United States pays the most per capita of any industrialized nation in the world.
Well, what do you think about all these crazy people that get that are getting fucking student loans to go to college? I mean, I would invest. I would think investing in their mental health is better than their knowledge.
The student loans. Let me see it right now. As Mike Rose said, forget going to college to get a white collar degree. You ain't gonna get anything. You want right now. We need tradespeople. We need blue collar workers that know how to do a trade. They don't need more office paper pushers.
Mm-hmm. And you know what the problem with the student loans is, right?
What?
More paper pushing.
No, when Obama was president, he made it where the government was in charge of the student loans. All of the banks pulled out, and now the only student loans there are from the government.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that just added more debt on our debt.
Mm-hmm. Inflated the currency, they printed more money, and now gas is fucking $6 a gallon. I hope you're proud of yourself, MAGA, right?
And now
right, Noodles.
I think it's more terrifying is what it's doing to prices of rentals. Housing rentals are insane.
Where is my $2,000 check?
Oh yeah, it hurts
for putting up with this bullshit.
And the sad truth is they still haven't increased the cost of living for people who are disabled. For really are disabled, they need a realistic cost of living. This is crazy. We're making below the poverty line. Most of us are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be honest with you. You were doing very well You were doing very well compared to most retards.
Oh, I know. I'm not a retard. I'm legally blind, registered, partially deaf. I'm certainly not a retard. I have Asperger's. Okay. But yes, I'm doing pretty well.
Well,
but deep down in my heart of hearts, I still want to do better. Because I am motivated to want to do better.
Do you think you should be treated differently, Michelle?
Should I be treated differently?
Yeah.
Other than being treated like a human being with a pulse?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but
That's
I think that I should be given respect for putting my best foot forward as I can to make it happen. Right. And I shouldn't be stigmatized because I am disabled.
Do you think you could be an asshole, Michelle?
What?
Do you think you have the potential of being an asshole?
In a way, but I normally am not an asshole.
Okay, well, you think there's a potential.
I really try to be more balanced and more, look at things from a more balanced viewpoint.
Right. But do you think people should be able to call you an asshole or a retard and not have to feel it?
People have been calling me that stuffed noodles from when I first started even in public school. Come on, you know that.
Yeah, same here. But do you think that people should be, punished for it?
In a way, society
punished for what again?
Does. If you think about
calling someone a retard.
Noodles, would you call me a retard?
I don't know. Maybe one day if I talk to you long enough, but I think that's how it goes, right? I mean, people do retarded.
Faggot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So why is it so shameful? Why are people afraid to say it? It's because they don't want to be prosecuted. They don't want to be ridiculed by these fucking Karens.
Because it's hurtful.
Michelle, a lot of things are hurtful, but if your friend is calling you a faggot, Michelle, or a retard, you I mean, come on.
Come on, what?
Can you what?
You should get better friends, Michelle. That's what I assume he meant to say.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I've been called.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, let me ask you a question. Has your best friends, right? Did they say the most horrible things to you?
Sometimes, but I know they're joking, and I know that they're not trying to upset me.
No, they kind of are. They're kind of trying to.
No, I mean, I know how to take criticism, but I'm not gonna go to somebody who would take that shit personally and antagonize them with it and be like, no, you got to get over it. Okay, I'm just kidding. I would probably not do that again if that's how they responded to something like that.
You don't like freedom of speech.
Brian PC said, well, for the amount we humans all pay in taxation, it could be a better place and with better benefits for all, but not. There's always some greedy corporation fiddling the books for profit. Yes, exactly.
Like the LGBT.
Noodles, I love freedom of speech. I just know how to control myself.
You shouldn't have to. Who makes those standards of control? It's control.
Society comes out and uses their free speech to give their opinions on things like that.
That's a social construct. That's what I'm trying to get at. And we love some social constructs, but we hate the other ones, and pick and choose. I don't like
that. And I think
that's freedom, though. Is the freedom to pick and choose?
Not your thing.
Yeah, but not. But here's the thing: you can be punished for picking and choosing, and people are deciding what the punishments are.
Yeah.
Me not saying slurs and me not saying things like the N word or the F slur or the R word, whatever. me not doing things is also my expression of free speech.
Right, because you don't feel comfortable.
True.
You don't feel comfortable.
No,
So
it's just, it's not about me feeling comfortable. I choose to do those things. That's why it's part of my free speech.
Right. So why are you going to ridicule someone else for doing it?
I don't.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying why would you?
I mean, I do, but
They
like,
do.
I mean, I think it's a little bit ridiculous the way people act about the word, because I mean, I'll see people say the word and then cry about it the next day. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I mean,
what do you guys
you
think
don't-
about what Parasolo just said? He said police like taking your freedom of speech.
Wait, what?
Parasolo
police
says,
do like taking your freedom of speech. I agree with you. I just don't think you have to say every word in the dictionary. That's just me.
Okay, well, you don't have to go
it's
to the
just
gym
like
either,
me.
right?
I
But
try
it's-
really hard not to cuss like a sailor too. So, but that's my personal choice, not to come across like that.
And you choose to. Sometimes you might even choose to do that differently depending on the situation you're in.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so my point is that
Noodles wants to scream out "cock" at a wedding.
No, I want to scream.
Yes, you do.
I want to be able to scream. It's called psychological exhibitionism, and I think psychological exhibitionism should be legal. I don't think it should be.
I just think you shouldn't be. I just don't think you should cry about free speech when you get kicked out of the wedding. Is my point.
No, I'm not crying about freedom of speech.
Because that's their free speech.
Yeah.
That's an action.
That is exactly their action,
is
still that can also be considered an expression. The Supreme Court says differently. Noodles.
It's an action. It is not. It's not a word.
It's just like Noodles, like what when you were saying earlier about Cassandra. You have the freedom and right to tell her things that you certainly wouldn't want to say to your mother. And one of them would probably be you might want to throw a few five and dimers at her for some of her actions. That's your free choice.
Michelle, my point is that there's difference between actions and words. And
besides, you want to talk about free speech? You still ain't sent me those Rust clips.
Yeah.
I don't know how to send them to you.
Why are you withholding speech, Noodles?
Give me your phone number.
Understandable, Brian PC.
Number.
I agree with you what you said. I tend to blame big corporations for anything that harms the little folk. Of course, because anything that they can use for their own benefit makes them more money. That's why. And that's why, for example, the DMCA pisses me off to no end. Especially Section 1201. Especially the fact is that you're not even allowed to repair your own stuff. The fact is that they can tell you that you can't do a video with using music that someone else owns because you don't actually own it. You just lease it when you play your records. See what I'm saying? Because the business is for
but
them,
that's also
not you.
free speech. Somebody else made the speech is the problem.
Yeah. And you all know the insurance companies go back to the medicals the same way. Medical insurance is for them, not you. It's for their profit, not your profit.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? If I was to create something for profit, I would expect that I get paid for it if it's being used, right?
Right.
Well, that's understandable, yeah.
Okay, so how do we allow people to use this and those people to still gain profit? I mean, here's the thing: YouTube at the end of the day is making all the money. You're not. You're not. You haven't made a single dime today, and if you did, YouTube took a portion of it. Let's say you made nothing, YouTube would still make money off you. They ran all those fucking ads. You're underrepresented here, and they're complaining that you're using someone else. They should be forced to pay. If you have an account on YouTube and they're making money off you, you shouldn't have to worry about that. Oh, hey, Sheriff.
Yeah, but you know what the sad truth is? Since I want to bring it back, quickly bring it back to DMCA for a minute. Here's the thing: if you're using a song, right, you're actually giving free publicity for the publisher. Then why does the publisher got the right to take away all your milk and cookies when you're actually helping to share a piece of their catalog, which might encourage people to go look for the music either on CD, LP, MP3, track,
be
whatever.
real about that, Michelle. How many people are actually going out of their way to do that?
I don't think a lot of us can go out of their way because trying to get the proper paperwork is a nightmare.
No, I mean, how many people are going out of their way to look up the song, a random song that you might play on your live stream?
They don't. They don't.
I mean, there might be something to be said for proper attribution, but most people don't do that. Is the problem?
Right. They just like say, I like the song. It fits my show. You play it. You know, you put on this MP3 or whatever. The next thing you know, your stream cannot be monetized. All of a sudden, that publisher's getting all your revenue. Even though you might be doing a show where that song is only a thousandth of the time of the show. Like this
Michelle,
show is
you'll have plenty more videos to make ad revenue on, I promise.
Oh, I know you do. Look at today's numbers. Do you want to see today's numbers? Lumi, status report. Oh God.
Feed me now.
All right, 8 watchers, 206 views, 20 minutes and 3 seconds. As
Feed me. Feed me now.
1:21 p.m.
Feed me now.
Michelle, I think you're going to start getting a lot of views soon, okay?
Oh, I know we are. We already are. Because this is the kind of thing that brings them in.
A lot more views.
I hope so.
Thousands.
That'd be nice.
On thousands of views.
That'd be nice to get thousands of views.
I'm manifesting it for you.
If we have shows like this every day, oh yes, we can easily get way out of this.
I agree. I think we had a great discussion
Absolutely.
today.
I loved it. It was really, really good. And yes, it's drama! But it's real world drama. It's not the bullshit drama. This is the real world stuff drama. This is current event drama.
Crack witch.
Oh, wow. I just got a happy bling sound. What does that mean? That's his phone. I think it's Noodle's phone, I think.
All right, I have to go.
All right, guys.
But thank you for
I want to
having
thank
me.
both Noodles and M60 for being up here today. I really appreciate you both coming up. I got to get ready to wrap it up and take care of some stuff before the 7 o'clock show tonight.
What is share?
All right. Bye-bye, Yashir. I got to get going now. So I'll see you
Bye.
guys
I'll
in the
be
morning.
live tomorrow night. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, so let's just... I want to thank everybody for coming. This is the kind of stuff that we should be doing. Yes, absolutely. This is the real world stuff. Okay. So this is boring. Yes, but hey, sometimes real stuff does need to be covered. And we did good, and I want to thank you all for watching this today. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Oh, yeah! I want to thank all the memberships that were given out. Let's see, how many do we have total here? Let me see. I'm just going to count them up here. Let's see. We got a renewal, a second renewal, a third renewal. So I got 2 renewals at least so far. 3 renewals, 4 renewals, and we got gifted memberships of about 10. And then we got a cash donation of about $5. Thank you very much, everybody. It helps a lot. And tonight we are having our live Discord panel. Now, I want all of you to know that I love to be able to try to talk with everybody. And I really hope that we can all look at the stuff that we cover. Some people may like it, some people may hate it, but in the end, I try to please everybody. I can't please everybody at once. I try. And I thank you all for taking the time to at least give it an ear.
Oh, yeah!
So let's get the blessings out. Absolutely. May all of you have a happy and safe day. Stay safe, stay warm or cool, wherever the case may be. And remember, we're all in this world together, and we should always try to watch out for each other and be each other's advocate and supporter. And don't forget, we care about you. We want you safe. We want you to feel like you're part of something wonderful. Let's make the world a better place, one person at a time. The service is ended. It's time to go peace, kind of love, and don't forget the party on, dude. And we'll see you all tonight at 7 o'clock. Open Discord panel here on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Until then, bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.
Michele Marie Dalene, I will always be there for you. Michelle, never stop believing in yourself. Go out there and show the world what you can do. Go kick some ass and have a good time doing it. I love both of you so much. I love how far you have come on YouTube.
In the summer's embrace, she finds her way. Twisting and turning, she won't let things sway. With love for the music and fire in her soul, she dances through life, her heart in control. She won't give up, she won't sit down. In her purple dress, she twirls around. With every rhythm, with every